and HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Kyle Reese and Marcello Romano.
Good morning. Wow, that was loud. It was loud. Wake up. It's Kyle.
Hey.
It's Kyle.
What's up, brother?
Kyle Reese, Marcello Romano, Alex Becker. Fan weekends. It's a Sunday morning. Beautiful Sunday morning out there after a week of kind of gloomy weather. We get some back-to-back days of some nice stuff, which is good because the Avalanche aren't providing any of that nice weather.
It's only sunshine in town.
They find themselves down 0-2 in the Western Conference Finals to the Vegas Golden Knights. By the way, I'm sick of hearing Sean McDonough say VGK. Okay? I'm done with it.
Yeah, was I the only one?
Oh, my goodness, man.
It sounds like a Nevada gang or something.
I know. To the VGK.
VGK.
So we'll get into it. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
I'm a little disappointed. I think I'm dealing with it with a lot of Denver sports fans, but I'm okay. I just, go outside and barbecue.
Do you believe?
I believe that this is some BS. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that they have fumbled.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and we'll get into it a ton today. It's kind of like a pregame show. We'll react to what happened in Game 2 and look forward to what's going to hopefully happen in Game 3. But it's not an ideal position to find themselves in. I think one team that's dropped the first two games at home in a conference final, they haven't come back since 1945, Kyle. So we're closer to 100 than we're not.
That recent, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have a huge mountain to climb. Not saying that they can't do it, but I'm not getting a lot of encouragement or optimism from just your body language when I said Avalanche this morning. So, I mean, we'll get into that. We'll
yeah, like I can't help it, man. Like, how disappointed are you? Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
I was furious on Friday night.
Okay, so that's a 9 at least.
Yeah,
if not a 10.
Yeah, just because you know what's stacked against you. And listen, I'm the guy who's going to be more of a glass is half full. I'll try and find ways. You go down 0-3, and then it's just like you might as well just put the final nail in. It's over.
Well, 0-3 for sure. But the 0-2, then the fact that you lost the games at home. Like, we've seen this show before, by the way.
Well, and the big frustrating part for me is that the VGK, as Sean McDonough would call them, they're doing all the little things that it requires to win a Stanley Cup. They're throwing their bodies out in front of pucks. They're blocking stuff. In Game 1, Kyle, the Avalanche shot the puck 80 times.
And listen, what's really amazing to me is that they turned their defense. I'm talking about Vegas, VGK. I can't get used to that. I'm not going to get used to it yet.
We can
I'm
end
over it. Okay. So Vegas turned their defense into offense. Like, you talk about how good they were off the rush, but a lot of that was deflected pucks in front of the net, turnovers, et cetera, et cetera. So it was them just out hustling the Avs.
You're right. Their transition game has been superior.
By far.
It's like it's night and day.
In Game 1 for sure. Game 2, I thought the Avs did a pretty good job. I was saying it to myself in the third period. The Avs are doing a pretty good job keeping bodies on guys.
Yeah.
Right before that was literally before Jack Eichel scored without a body on him.
Right.
That's what it was about. Like, you had up to that point had done a great job of just making it really tough and muddying the looks, and you give just crystal clean. Now, I don't want to put it on Taves. It's probably more on Malinsky, but just a crystal clean look, and that guy is going to make that look.
Yeah, well, and like to your point, you bring up the transition thing, but it's also scoring chances just seem a lot more free for Vegas than they do for the Avalanche. It's like they can't get a clean look. It seems like they've flipped from what they were in the regular season, both teams, and now it looks like Vegas has all that stuff, which leads us to the discussion of Cale Makar. And whether or not he's going to go tonight, I don't know. They'll have morning skate here, in like 2 hours, 3 hours? So probably like right around when we get off the air and Dan Jacobs comes in. It was encouraging the other day because he was in that blue sweater, which the number one power play usually works out in morning skate, and he just didn't go. But then it led to this, which I think is very interesting because Will Peterson and I had this discussion on Freshly Graded on Friday, and he said it was up to Cale, and I was like, no, if Cale wanted to play, he could play. He has to be cleared from the medical team. But Jared Bednar had this to say about it.
So, Cale's the only person that knows when he's good enough to play. That's why it's his decision, right? We know what the injury is. We know what he's dealing with. We know that we're going to expect him back at some point. But you got to get to a level of being comfortable with what you're dealing with and the pain tolerance, and depending on what he's dealing with, he will tell us when he's ready to play. So it's just really as simple as that. No one.
Do you believe that it's all on Cale? Because we're talking about a hockey player. These guys don't miss games if they can go. Now, the pain tolerance thing I totally understand. And I thought after he left the game, the way he winced during Game 5 against Minnesota, and he immediately left the ice, went to the locker room to come back, and it looked like he had an extra padding on his right shoulder. But do you believe, Jared Bednar, that this isn't an organizational decision, that it's a Cale Makar decision?
I might be in the minority on this, but I actually do believe him. Now, that might just speak to the severity of the injury, to be perfectly honest with you.
Which is fair.
So I'm probably not as much as up in arms as a lot of people are about the statement. I don't feel like it was necessarily Bednar deferring to the player or going Michael Malone. Remember, Michael Malone did that to Jamal Murray a few years ago. And Jamal Murray famously tweeted, you guys think I don't want to be out there. So there was kind of this push and pull going on with the player. I don't want to see that. And it won't happen just because the NHL is different in that regard. But, yeah, I'm not as off-put by the statement or even the situation. It sucks because I feel like Nathan McKinnon is kind of he's like Michael without Scotty right now.
Yeah.
Or Harold Melvin without the Blue Notes.
We know about that. Yeah, he ain't never going platinum without the Blue Note.
He's never going platinum. It's just not going to happen. So, it's a tough situation. I don't really care what it is. Is he going to play or not? Because it's obvious that the Avs need him. And I know they've stunk on offense just for the last 3 games. But, yeah, he needs to be out there for the Avs to have success.
Well, get involved with the show today on the RamosLaw.com text line. That's 303-713. You can also chat us on the YouTube chat, which is presented by Champ Honda, and give us your thoughts on what's going on with the Avalanche. How could you look so good through the first 9 games of a postseason run, only to kind of fall completely flat once you get to the conference finals? And I'm still hopeful. Listen, I've had a few days, or a day at least, to kind of just take in the loss of Game 2 and the reality of what the Avs have to climb over to try and get to a Stanley Cup final. I just think we go to these discussions about wasted years and wasted talent, and you had the perfect year. This was the year, right? Everything you were just checking boxes along the way. Oh, President's Trophy, got it. We want to get through the second round, done. We did it in 9 games, only losing 1 to get there. And then to be outplayed seemingly through the first 2 games of a conference final to an opponent that wasn't very good for most of the season. I mean, John Tortorella had, an 8-game runway before getting to the postseason? I mean, they fired Bruce Cassidy on, is it Bruce or Butch? Bruce? I get confused because of the morning show.
Butch Cassidy is the the one guy.
I think it's
not
Bruce.
so much.
I think it's Bruce. But you get that move, and they didn't even look that good against Anaheim early in that series.
Yeah.
And now they just seem like they're impenetrable, like they're Mike Tyson's defense.
I gotta write that one down.
My defense is impetuous.
I'm going to push back on you though, because you said the first 9 games of the playoffs, and there were, I would say, 2 duds for the Avs.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was covered up because they came back in the third period and pushed that thing to overtime and actually won it against the Wild to seal the series. But game 3, the Avs flat out stunk it up.
Right.
Against the Wild. So there were 2 games in the first 7 that the Avs flat out didn't show up. Looked a little bit like the Avalanche that had come back from the All-Star break or the Olympic break. And you're kind of like, I don't know these guys. This is not the team that started the season. And so they're prone to these lapses where they just don't show up. And now you've got, I think this is probably understated. You've got 3 games in a row at home that you've played really poorly. And one of them you put lipstick on the pig and won and sealed the series against the Wild. But that's 3 games at home that you flat out stunk.
Do you think they played poorly the other night?
Which game 1?
Game 2.
Game 2? No, for 2.5 periods.
Actually, for about, what is that, 20, 40?
Listen,
there was a 2-minute lapse of just where they gave up the goal to Eichel. They scored both those goals in, 2 minutes and 6 seconds?
Yeah, but we have watched hockey and realized that momentum is a real thing in hockey.
Oh, yeah.
And puck luck happens when you start to build off of things that probably shouldn't happen in the first place, like Jack Eichel being left wide open at the top of the circle. So, yeah, I get it. That's true, but we also have to recognize that they only scored 1 goal through 2 periods when, Vegas was still trying to figure it out. When you've got a team at home and you've got the momentum and everyone, by all accounts, the place was on fire. The momentum was there, the crowd was there, and you couldn't figure out how to extend your lead by at least 2 goals in the second period in which you outplayed Vegas.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part. We go to our producer extraordinaire, Alex Becker. How you feeling, bud, about the Avs down in this 0-2 hole?
Oh, fellas, I'm not feeling so good. I don't think the series is over, but this is totally unexpected. Best team all year in the regular season, and they're faltering here in the Western Finals. It is just tough to see. After seeing such a wagon of a team, you lose your top defenseman, and now you're on the brink, pretty much the brink of elimination. I didn't think Game 2 was a game win. Tonight is absolutely a must-win.
There's, in sports, everybody says, hey, Vegas won. I think the other night in Game 2 in particular, the Avs lost.
Yeah.
More than Vegas won. In that third period, I mean, you got to push all your chips in. Because this is really it. You've got an opportunity to at least go to Vegas 1-1, and now you're not pushed into a corner where you're like, hey, man, we got to win 3 or 4 games in a row in order to win this thing, which can happen. The Avs can do that, but it's just a really crappy situation to put yourself in. And they had an opportunity in the third period. That's the part that sucks about it.
Yeah, they couldn't just get that other goal to kind of extend the lead, and for whatever reason – and I tweeted it out the other night. Vegas is doing all those little things that's required to win a Stanley Cup. They're really throwing caution to the wind and throwing themselves out in front of pucks. The amount of deflection, blocked shots. Listen, I said they shot the puck 80 times. That doesn't mean those shots were on goal. Like I think I wanted to say it was like 30 of them maybe that were blocked, and they're just doing all the little things. You can even go point to the game winner, the empty netter in Game 1, where I think it's Dowd beats them to the puck. Like there was no
Nick Dowd, no icing, just beat him down there.
Yeah, it's like what are we doing? Like this is where you're at right now. The fear that I have is 1, you're down in this 0-2 hole, but 2, they know that they were the best team all year. And you can look at it one way and be like, yeah, well, they were the best road team this year too, so they have that advantage going for them. The playoffs are a different bag. It's just completely different to expect us to just go and win 2 in Vegas without changing something kind of drastically. And I know Bednar's messed around with the lines a little bit, trying to figure out some kind of solution to what Vegas is doing, and it seems like John Tortorella has all the answers right now. And one of the big things is, I don't have to worry about 8 being out there either, so that I can do different things. You still have enough depth and talent on this roster. You had to get a split here. You just had to in the conference finals. And now you're in this hole, so the pressure's mounting, and they'll hear all of the buzz about, hey, you guys finally got past the second round. What's going to happen here? And then the pressure of knowing your season could come to an end, basically, if you don't win tonight.
Yeah, And the thing about Vegas is that they're all committed to it. The brand of hockey that they're playing is like uniform across the board. So you think about McNabb going back into the locker room with the ankle or the lower leg, whatever the hell it was that
lower
happened.
body injury.
Yeah, but then coming out and smashing Natchez in the face a little later on in the game. Barbashev is obviously – he's on fire right now. And they're doing this without Mark Stone still. So, again, just committed to playing defense, playing tougher, and creating offense off of defense. They're uniform across the board in that regard.
I don't know. I guess if we had to rate it right now, who has been the biggest disappointment in this series?
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Like, have you been happy with the performance of Wedgwood?
No, but I don't think it's all on him. And I know, I was thinking about this the other day. I know that that's an excuse that we make for goaltenders, and you want guys to make plays. And that can exist in isolation. But I don't think Nathan McKinnon has been great, to be 100% honest with you. And that was a game the other night in which your great players have to play great. Okay, we've only got a 1-goal lead. I have to take the bull by the horns and finish the game with more than 3 shots.
Well, and then there's been that issue of like just some of the players that we expect more from, like fumbling the puck and just mishandling it when you're trying, and then the power play late in that game week where you're just not even getting any opportunities
To start
like,
the third period.
Right, and McDonough and Ferraro made a great point about it. Yeah, they look good passing the puck, but the idea of the power play is to get some shots off. Like, we can play ping pong and just keep going back and forth. If you're not going to shoot the puck, you're just wasting time. And Vegas has capitalized on every opportunity that they've had. The Avalanche have not. I think Wedgwood's been pretty good. I think you probably want that goal against Eichel back. I think he went too far to the post, and Devon Taves gave up an opening that a guy who can shoot the puck when he does. And they made a point on the broadcast, Kyle, of he's not shooting it enough. He wasn't shooting it enough going into that game or into that third period, and he gets that one. They get another one 2 minutes later, and then all the air was sucked out of the building. Like, you had no momentum at all at that point, and you're basically resigned to the fact that, yes, you're a very good team, and you could pull the goalie, but it just wasn't going to be your night, and that's on back-to-back opportunities in the conference finals.
I came in here last week, and I think I demanded an apology out of you and James Merrilat in terms of the psychological games that Jared Bednar's playing with his goaltenders. I might have to apologize for demanding the apology because I don't know that he's got this thing figured out. But even with that, I don't think Wedgwood was the problem. He
actually kept them in that game.
He very much did. I thought he was really good in period 1, obviously. And then the snowball, it got to him. And, again, when you are playing passively in that third period and you start the third period, as you said, with an opportunity to extend your lead and you fail to generate any type of momentum. And sometimes – look, I'm not an expert in this, but it's like, man, just get it down in there.
Yeah.
You see what happens in hockey when the puck when it gets lost. Get down in there and put some bodies on people and see if you can get a deflection or create a rebound opportunity or something like that. And there just wasn't that level of aggression. So, you can point to Wedgwood and you would love to see him make that play. He saw it off of his stick, but it's also a really good player that's shooting the puck. And he had been really good up to that point. I mean, to hold that team to 0 through 2.5 periods, I don't know how much more you can ask.
He had stopped Marner on the breakaway. He'd stopped Marner another time, I think, where he came around the net, and Mitch Marner was looking like he was completely frustrated that he wasn't able to figure out Scott Wedgwood. But the offense for the Avalanche is just not enough there. Even the goal that Colton scores, it seemed a bit fluky when you go back and look at it now. It was like, Burns shot it from way out at the point, right? It got kind of deflected, and he was just there and threw it right at the net and was able to capitalize on it.
But that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Get it down in there.
Yeah.
How many shots? I think there's some frustration, too, just like where'd the accuracy go, where'd the precision go? How many shots didn't even get to the net? Like, we're stopping play again because that one went out of play. And that one missed wide. It just the precision wasn't there. And when the precision isn't there, it's kind of like when a shooter's not shooting well. You can impact the game in other ways. Like, you can rebound, you can get steals. Like, you can hustle your way into some opportunities. That didn't happen for Colorado either.
No, and to your point, I think McKinnon had an open look, which sailed wide, not even on net, hit the baseboard and came back out. Like there was another one. I think it was, well, maybe it was Malinsky, but you got to have your guy Marty not participating really. Like he just seems off a little bit. Don't what? Why are you shaking your head?
I was hoping you wouldn't mention that. Honestly,
we need more from him.
You're right.
You got to have more from these guys that you brought in to contribute to what was hopefully going to be a Stanley Cup run. And you could have polled how many people in Colorado last week going into Game 1 on Wednesday and saying, hey, man, any chance they're down 0-2 going to Vegas? You would not have found a single soul, I don't think, to say that, unless you're a true blue VGK fan.
And listen, I don't know. We're going to get some pushback on the text line because I think there was one texter out there last week that said we probably need to be a little bit more diligent in our research of the series.
Oh, it was JD.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But he also predicted the Avs to lose to the Wild.
That's true. So you take that with a grain of salt. I guess there's a frustration for me because I'm looking back a week ago, and I said, well, okay, Vegas kind of went toe-to-toe with Anaheim. They lost a game at home to Utah. Tell me that the Mammoth and Anaheim are anywhere in the Avalanche stratosphere.
They're not.
They're just simply not. So how are they a better – I don't know if this is one of those styles make fights things. Maybe you guys can give me a little bit of insight on that, but it just feels like the Avs don't have their A game. I don't know, Alex. Do styles make fights in that way? Is it just a bad matchup for the Avs?
Seems like it. Sure seems like it. I mean, losing Makar, he'd be huge in this series. Just his skating, his playmaking, his ability as an offensive defenseman. But who would you guys say it has been the biggest disappointment if it's not Wedgwood? I mean, you can go a number of different directions, I think.
For me, it would probably be Natchez off of the season that he had. And I guess you could make a case for McKinnon not playing up to his level. We know what they're trying to eliminate his opportunities. Like it's one of their focal game, part of their game plan is to not allow McKinnon to get any open looks. You would think that because you have so much, attention being pushed onto Nathan McKinnon that other guys would have opportunities, and nobody seems to be capitalizing right now. I mean, none of the big stars have performed well in this series at all. None of them. Like, name me one.
Yeah, I mean, where's Brock Nelson in all of this?
The whole playoffs,
he's been not good. Dude, the first goal that they gave up in Game 1, he got snipered by air, fell down, just gave the puck away, and that's when you were in your scoring zone, and you turned the puck over, and then that was probably the one bad goal that Wedgie gave up was through the 5-hole on that first goal that the Vegas Knights scored in Game 1.
Yeah, there's plenty of blame to be spread around, especially when teams when you've got the opportunity at home to take the bull by the horns and you fail to do it. So I would just go down the roster and say, okay, this dude hasn't done this. This dude, Malinsky, Lehkonen, Colton, you could just pick a guy because no one's playing well at this point. Again, maybe we were led to believe, maybe we got bamboozled a little bit. Hoodwinked, I'm just saying.
Led astray.
By what happened in the Wild Series.
Fooled you.
But here's what happened. The boogeyman got eliminated in the Stars. And I don't want to say the Avs let their guard down, but I know we probably looked at it like, whew, okay, that's done with. And we didn't realize that there was boogeyman B and C on the way. And here we are. But you should have been the boogeyman. You won the President's Trophy for crying out loud. You are the boogeyman. And I don't know that they're approaching every game that way. They definitely didn't approach the game that way in the third period.
Vegas doesn't seem to be bothered by them at all.
Oh, no.
Like they can't. No. They seem supremely confident.
No. They've been. They're kind of like Bane. Like they've been, training in the shadows.
They're climbing out of that tunnel.
Yeah, ready to unleash on the Avs, man.
I don't like that analogy.
Why? Because it doesn't end well?
Oh, yeah, he breaks Batman's back, dude.
I'm just saying, broken back. He forgot a broken.
The Avs have their back broken right now. We get to a quick break, but when we come back, coming up, we will continue the discussion. Who has been the biggest disappointment through 2 games? Who needs to perform at the highest level in Game 3 to get the Avalanche back into the series? Kyle and I will discuss that next.
Avalanche, Golden Knights. It's the Western Conference Final, and Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is all in. 1 hour before puck drop, we're live with full pregame coverage, keys to the game, bold predictions, and the intel you need. When the final horn sounds, we're not going anywhere. Instant post-game reaction. Every hit, every goal, every save. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Pet owners and parents know the struggle. Every time dogs or kids go outside, they track mud right back in. If you're tired of scrubbing floors, you need Muddy Mat, the anti-mud mat that cleans paws and shoes before they ruin your home. Only Muddy Mat features thousands of ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary mats, instantly trapping dirt and water to protect your floors. Put it by every door, under pet bowls, in the kitchen for spills. It even makes a perfect bath mat, and it's 100% machine washable, so cleanup is effortless.
Since getting Muddy Mat, I don't worry about what my dog gets into. His paws are clean the second he steps off.
No more mopping. I love it. Thank you, Muddy Mat.
Right now, get a free medium Muddy Mat with your order of 2 or more mats at buymuddymat.com. This offer is only available at buymuddymat.com. That's BUYMUDDYMAT.com. Don't wait. Get your free Muddy Mat today at buymuddymat.com.
This is Terry Wickstrom. Are you looking to buy a home that fits your senior needs? Consider a home equity conversion mortgage for purchase. With this innovative financing option, you can use the equity in your current home or savings as the down payment. With the FHA-insured HECM reverse mortgage loan, you may be able to buy a higher value home and keep substantial cash for savings with no required payments. For more information, call Mike Rabin at 303-396-2804 or go to madrivermortgage.com, NMLS 1504779.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
At some point, you stop calling it pain and start calling it just how I am now. And that's not okay. And deep down, you know it. I'd love to lead you back to the normal you, the one who is active and carefree. So let's get started now with an introduction to the medical team at QC Kinetics and their long-lasting regenerative treatments for joint pain. They're helping patients with pain from arthritis or injury in their knees, shoulder, hips, and lower back. And now they're moving, sleeping, golfing, running without surgery or long recoveries. The science is real. The treatments are natural. Your body already knows how to heal. QC Kinetics finally gives it the right tools. No operating room, no hardware, no watching summer come and go from a recliner. And now's the time, because the longer inflammation sits, the more damage it does. So this isn't a I'll get around to it situation. Right now is the right time, and the first step doesn't cost you a thing. QC Kinetics, better starts here. Schedule your free consultation by calling 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986 with locations in Aurora, Superior, Highlands Ranch, and the Springs. It is QC Kinetics.
Growing a business is hard enough. Figuring out where to advertise shouldn't be a thing that holds you back. Your customers are listening to this station. Heck, you are. They're streaming Denver's biggest games on their TVs. They're tuned into the podcasts everyone's talking about. We help you show up in all three with one plan, one team, and results you can actually see. We've helped businesses like yours grow for years. Let us show you how. Visit DenverSports.com and click Advertise with Us.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Kyle Reese and Marcello Romano.
Back in Kyle and Cello on the weekends. 303-713-1043, the RamosLaw.com text line. You want to participate in the show, you can do it there. Or on the YouTube chat, presented by Champ Honda. And the Avalanche find themselves in an 0-2 hole. What's your level of
despair?
Well, I guess, yeah, I'm gonna flip the words. I'm gonna flip the words and maybe optimism. If I say, hey, Kyle, they're going to go get a couple games in Vegas, what percentage would you put on that actually happening?
43.
43%.
Yeah,
I like the number.
Yeah, I pulled it out of nowhere. Listen, I think if there's a team that can do it, the Avs can. Like, they really are a team that can capitalize on momentum. I just don't know where the momentum is going to start at. And you can't look to your goaltender to start that up. Like, that's got to happen on the offensive end, which is funny because I felt like as I'm watching the game the other night that they played a ton of the game on the offensive end of the ice. It wasn't any sparks. Like, where's the action at? It just wasn't there. The looks were muddy. I'll give them that, but
that's my concern.
Okay.
Is that it's like when you flip it over and you look at the scoring chances that Vegas has had, they have you got to credit Wedgwood for a lot of the stops that he did make, because some of the opportunities that Vegas had in Game 2, especially in Game 2, were wide open looks, and the Avalanche can't seem to get it's that frustration of, we know how talented they are. Why aren't we getting any open looks? And they're coming few and far between, and then when they do come, we're missing the net entirely, except
for the Ross Colton look. But again, that was off a deflection. So I don't know if you're going to have to shift your mind state into playing that grimy game where, again, the puck is just down there deep in the zone and you're trying to create opportunities off of rebounds and deflections, et cetera, et cetera. But it looks like it's going to be that kind of series because Vegas is committed to keeping a player in front of the net along with Hart.
You said that if any team could do it, it would be the Colorado Avalanche.
I believe that.
Does that include you have to have Cale Makar?
In order to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it would require some jelly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he has to be a part of the conversation. I don't know how, because I'm watching him wince. What was that?
Game 5?
Oh, man. Like, I could feel it. Like, oh, he's hurting. Oh, then he's skating he's going to the bench. Okay.
He dropped the stick.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Kind of like I expected.
You want some 2-0, man?
No. Kind of like I thought Nathan McKinnon was going to do when he took the puck to the face. Like, we're done for the night.
Yeah.
I'm cool. But that didn't happen. But I don't know what that looks like, especially with a little bit of the back and forth organization player who wants to be on the ice. But I think if you're going to win 3 games in a row, which I think they have to do in order to win the series, I think Cale Makar has to play at least in the second and third of now what is a 5-game series.
What's your level of confidence that he comes back tonight?
I don't know. I don't know how bad the man's hurt, but he looks pretty damn hurt to me.
Yeah. I mean, he looked good in the morning skate the other day, but that's nobody else
hitting him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the fear I have, is even if you kind of push the issue or
I might
push
look
the
good
envelope.
on the ice.
What's that?
I might look good on the ice skating by myself. Hey, look, Reese can do it.
And we talked about shoulders last week, and it's a fickle bee, man, right? Injuring your shoulder because it's involved in everything, and then the minute you get out on the ice, you don't think that there's a target on your back, that 8 might as well be a target sign for Vegas to be going after, and any chance that they can create any kind of contact, they're going to, especially if you're near the boards.
They're going to make you play. I mean, it's been that way anyway.
I'd be shocked if he doesn't play tonight, especially with the comments from Jared Bednar, because then you're questioning somebody's toughness.
Yeah, it is being called out by your coach, and it was in a roundabout way. Again, like, he didn't go all Michael Malone on him, but it was as close to Michael Malone as we've seen in this town since that incident with him and Jamal Murray. So, yeah, I think the team needs him for sure. But, again, does that spark your offense? Is that going to be the jolt that you need in order to get some action generated on that end of the ice?
You're a coach. Would you have done something like that?
What's that?
made the comments that Jared Bednar did, because it's essentially basically saying the decision's Cale's, and I know he did it in kind of like a roundabout way, not to the extent that you just mentioned with Michael Malone, but it was basically kind of questioning someone's toughness, which where you're on thin ice, pardon the pun, when you do something like that with a hockey player. And I almost think that was kind of like the thing that's the final straw. And I think Cale's going to come out and play, and I don't know if he finishes the game. That's a concern of mine.
No, I wouldn't do it. But is this Jared Bednar in desperation mode? Like self-preservation desperation mode? Because
if he could play, you believe he would be playing?
Cale Makar?
Yeah.
I do believe that.
What would keep him off the ice other than he knows how badly he truly is hurt? Or Will brought this up the other day, and I didn't really agree with it, but knowing that he's about to get paid, maybe one of the largest contracts in NHL history, and he's trying to preserve that. I think the dude's going to have surgery no matter what, no matter when the season ends.
Yeah, there might be somebody advising him that way, but I don't feel like hockey players are built that way.
Same here.
At least not this one.
Same here.
And I can give him the benefit of the doubt considering what he's done up to this point in his career. So speaking of his career, Bednar calling him out in that way probably doesn't do a whole lot for the relationship that's probably going to extend, at least for Cale Makar, for another 7 or 8 years here in this town.
Yeah.
But can we say the same thing for Bednar if this series goes down the toilet? Because we watched Pete DeBoer get fired for falling short of the expectations in Dallas last year. And I don't know. A lot of guys deny saying it, but a lot of people have said, Bednar might deserve the same fate. And this would be falling short of an expectation to lose to VGK in this way by losing the first 2 games of the series at home. So maybe Jared Bednar is throwing everything at the wall at this point to see what sticks. And the hell with the next 6 or 7 years and having to get along with Cale Makar. This is it right now.
Bex, what do you think, man? You think he plays tonight?
I don't think so. I mean, he would have been on the ice, I think, in Game 2, even if he was even close. I think the injury is a lot more serious than some might think right now. I don't know if it's a separated shoulder, but it's probably pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, even Bednar, do you see that as throwing him under the bus, or do you appreciate that kind of honesty from a head coach?
I feel like you can be honest in the locker room or even at practice or even in the player's face. Hey, man, like, I need you to pull it together if it's possible.
Yeah, you don't have to go public with it.
You don't have to do that.
There was ways that he could have phrased his answer differently where it didn't look like it was putting it all on Cale's plate, because that's what essentially he's done. He shifted all of those questions and doubt onto Cale Makar's plate. And listen, man, you have a medical team for a reason. The broadcast made it like they haven't cleared him, which was crazy, because then when you hear Jared Bednar's comments after the game about it all being on Cale's plate, it didn't seem like those two stories lined up. Like McDonough and Ferraro were like, hey, you have a medical team, and until they actually say you're good to go, it doesn't matter how much you want to play. Listen, there's plenty of times as an athlete you're like, I want to go. And you have athletic training staff and doctors saying yes or no. They're the ultimate say, in my opinion. But in this case, it seems like Bednar is almost alluding to, like, they've said, go ahead and go if you want. But this is up to you, and it's his decision that he's not going, and now your team finds themselves down 0-2. You lost the 2 games at home, and you're going on the road to a place that's not traditionally all that easy to play.
I'm going to go Zach by on you, and I believe that both things can be true at the same time, by the way. So I don't know if you operated in this way, but I've absolutely had a trainer and medical personnel say, it's really like as much pain as he can tolerate. If he can tolerate the pain, he can go.
It's like the scene from Miracle in the locker room.
If listen,
a bruise on the leg is a long way away from the heart.
I can't speak for the athlete in this moment.
But then you're questioning toughness in turn by saying that.
I
right?
don't know if I don't think
True.
the medical personnel is questioning the toughness. I think the medical personnel is saying if he can tolerate it, he can go. It's not a ACL. It's not a concussion. It's not something that we would typically say this is a binary decision, a yes or a no. This is on the athlete if they can stand the pain. But the athlete can say at the same time, like, I'm trying my damnedest and I can't do it. I can't do it.
Hockey players don't usually talk like that, though.
He didn't say it to us.
Coming up, we continue this discussion and we take our Sunday stroll. All of that next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
DenverSports 104.3 The Fan's third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child, ages 8 to 14, will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Philip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South. And every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. So your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at denversports.com/camp. That's denversports.com/camp.
The playoffs are full of surprises, buzzer beaters, comeback runs, and moments nobody saw coming. But when it comes to your facility's electrical systems, you don't want surprises. For over 40 years, Piper Electric has powered complex commercial and industrial projects, from large-scale distribution to fire alarms and preventative maintenance. Their licensed electricians help reduce downtime, control costs, and keep operations running smoothly. Got a project coming up? Don't take a bad shot. Include Piper Electric in your bid process. Visit piperelectric.com.
In a city full of choices, your savings destination is Groove Toyota, the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro. Over 300 new Toyota Tacomas, only $399 a month lease. Visit GrooveToyota.com. $399 a month Tacomas, built for the Rockies. Priced for you. Buy today in person or at GrooveToyota.com. Start here, go anywhere.
Closed and lease for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. Zero security deposit. Unapproved credit. Call 720-961-4465 for complete details. Offer expires 6/126.
Stoke here for ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Are you in the market for a new air conditioner? Well, hold on. You need to think about a heat pump. My team at ROX are Colorado's heat pump experts and rebate specialists. Get up to $12,000 in energy rebates and credits. These savings are incredible, but they're only available for a limited time. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses, plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Hey guys, your boy Steve here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Denver Deck Builders is the #1 deck builder in Colorado. With me is the owner, Ron Gibbous. What is the advantage in building a new deck or replacing the old one?
If you were to spend $50,000 on a deck, probably increases the home value by $25,000 to $35,000. You will get some of it back when you sell the home. But do you want to use it to spend time outside with your family, with your friends, building memories and building relationships?
Start dreaming about your outdoor living space. Denver Deck Builders. Go to ddbonthefan.com.
The weekend is upon us, and we're here to walk you through today's top headlines. So lace up and join Kyle, Reese, and Marcello Romano on this week's Sunday Stroll.
All right, back in. Kyle and Cello, Alex Becker behind the glass. Yourself on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. The YouTube chat presented by Champ Honda. You can interact with the show there as well. This is the time of the show where we take our Sunday stroll. Check out the neighborhood, Kyle. See what's going on, what people got out in their yards. They got in their trash cans. Are you calling the HOA, or would you ever be a guy?
Everybody else. Hey, man, I got the standard. I'm like Joe Sakic, man. Like, you going to clean up around here.
Wow. Bex, would you?
Maybe. I don't know.
It'd have to be pretty bad for me, I think.
You pay the HOA, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's their job.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the HOA called on
Yes.
you? Oh, no. Oh, no.
No,
What?
I don't know if they've been called on me or if they've
Did you
driven
get a
by.
letter?
I got a letter for having my
Somebody
trash
called.
can on the side of the house.
Yeah, somebody called on you, dude. It was probably your neighbor.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
smiling at you. Hey,
Okay.
Kyle, how you doing?
Okay, well, yeah, I'll be calling. yeah. We go a little tit for tat here.
Hey, the Reese household has got this trash can that
got
needs
some
to be
stuff
moved.
on you. Wait.
Why
I've
would
had
that
it-
bother them, though? I mean,
The trash can on the side of the
so
house?
how does that affect them?
The same reason what they do bothers me.
What have you been disapproving of?
It's not just this. Don't fix your car in the driveway and leave it. Like, if you're going to fix it, finish fixing it.
Leave it up on the car ramps?
Yeah, man, like, you come around the corner, the car's up on jacks. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Because this is going to sound like judgmental, Kyle.
All right,
but yes, I would call the HOA on people.
I don't think I would. I mean, it would have to be pretty bad. It'd have to be pretty bad for me to pick up the phone and do something
And
like
complain.
that. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
But, to each their own.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
We spent much of the first hour talking about the Avalanche and where they find themselves in an 0-2 hole in the conference final. They have Game 3 tonight in Vegas. Hopefully they can get off the schneid and make this a series. What's the age-old adage? A series doesn't start until a road team wins a game. Well, this series started on Wednesday.
Oh, this thing's on the road already.
Yes.
This train left the station.
Yeah, so go around the world of sports. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
Cooked.
After vanquishing the Pistons in the fashion they did, had a 22-point lead with 7:50 to go in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Teams that were down 22 points in the fourth quarter in the same situation, Kyle, you know what their record was prior to Wednesday night?
Probably like 1,308. in
1 and 594.
There you go. Something like that.
Well, now it's 2. And that's because the Knicks came back. And now, not only you lose that game, that was basically the end of the series because they lose Game 2. They go back to Cleveland last night. And they lose there. They're down in 0-3 hole. How does a team blow an opportunity like that?
Well, I mean, we could ask our guys. We've watched.
Ours wasn't even that bad.
Yeah,
that all happened in the fourth quarter. Like, I was trying to figure it out mathematically. Would they have been better off to inbound the ball, go down, dribble out the shot clock, and give the ball back to the Knicks? And I think they probably would have.
Yeah, just letting it just playing the entire shot
instead of
clock
just
out.
letting Jalen Brunson go nuts.
Instead of letting guys shoot the ball, then come back and play no defense. Like, I don't know that. I'm trying to figure out why it's a mystery that James Harden is a really bad defender.
And why wasn't a switch made?
Do something. To watch your team go down in flames that way, I think is malpractice from a coach. So, yeah, they lost the series because they're getting ready to get blanked.
That series is over. The Thunder go up 2-1 in the series against the Spurs.
That's a good one.
Gosh, they're just too good. There's just too many ways that they attack you, and it's like, how far away are the Nuggets now? That's where I'll ask you.
Yeah,
when you're watching those two teams play, how far away are the Nuggets?
They're the third or fourth best team in the Western Conference, but it feels like they're the eighth best team because that's how good those two teams are.
And Oklahoma City's only going to get better.
Listen, I don't know a team that's better. I have a ton of reverence for that organization because for the last 20 years, they have drafted so well. Don't forget, this is the same team that drafted James Harden. They drafted Serge Ibaka. They drafted Reggie Jackson. They drafted Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, even though that was Seattle. This organization has operated very well. I know there was like a little bit of a dark period there for them, but they have operated very, very well. And they're still really well positioned for the next 10 or 12 years.
All right, we talked about a fight last week, Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, which neither of you guys
talked
watched.
About it.
Well, yeah, dude, the last 17 seconds, you didn't. there was more former athletes and I don't know, social media personalities and rappers, and Ray J fought.
Really?
Johnny Manziel fought.
Oh goodness.
Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson fought. So you don't have any idea what I'm talking about.
Michael Beasley. Oh, you want to talk about the two craziest people on the planet? Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley fought each other.
Yes.
Wow. Did they go on?
You want to guess the outcome? Who won?
Lance Stevenson.
He did.
Yeah. Lance Stevenson is a special kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You saw him blowing in LeBron's ear. he's a special kind.
Yeah, he's a nut, man.
Yeah, and Michael Beasley, I mean, like, he's what?
So you didn't catch any of this leading up to the fight?
This is all news to me.
Named like Bob Menery or something.
What was this on? Like Fubu or something like that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But there was.
How did you watch it?
I didn't watch it. I saw highlights of it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I'm not paying for that, dude.
I didn't know. It sounds like you're into this.
I wasn't even searching for it. It was delivered to me, and these guys will do anything for money, I guess. I mean, they essentially, during their pre-fight press conference, Johnny Manziel and the guy he fought, that Bob Menery said, whoever wins is going to take the other's money from the fight as well. So I think Johnny Manziel made like a cool mill last night for beating up some YouTuber or social media guy.
Yeah, listen, these guys
know when to go away.
No. I mean, because imagine being like the man for the first 30 years of your life and then all of a sudden not being the man anymore. There's probably a little bit of fallout that comes along with that.
They haven't been the man for a while.
Man, Michael Beasley was a dude.
I know.
He kept himself from it. Obviously, he's got some issues that need to be addressed. But, like, these guys, like, if they can get back in the limelight, of course they're going to get back in the limelight. And you're right. They are hard up for cash because they usually do dumb stuff because they're 26.
Manager for like $175 million or something.
This is not Shohei Ohtani. How do you not know that kind of money is missing?
I don't know. But, I mean, he threw it around like it was nothing.
You want to talk about somebody I don't feel sorry for?
Mike Tyson.
No, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Oh.
He's the number one stunner. I do not feel sorry for him at all.
Well, listen, we want to take like these opportunities, and when you see these things, I just take it back to like Rocky IV. Like Apollo's in the pool with his golden retrievers throwing the tennis balls, and he's watching TV on the pool, and he sees Drago come out, and he's like, I got to beat this chump. I'm going to go fight this chump.
Yeah.
Even though he had been retired for like a decade at that point.
Yeah, I'm not for the exhibitions. I mean, it's kind of entertaining, but it's bad. It's like celebrity deathmatch.
Wait till you see the highlights of these fights. It was bad. I mean, it looks like
washed up guys with
a
belly
glorified, glorified like high school fight.
Yeah.
In a ring where they're getting paid to do it.
Guy getting his inhaler between rounds. Come on, man.
Mikey from Goonies.
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, that'll do it for hour number one. Coming up in hour number two, we will get back into the Colorado Avalanche, but we did have some news about Nikola Jokic over the past couple days. I bounced that off of Kyle. Coming up next.
The Avalanche are in trouble. Colorado drops both games at home and now trails Vegas 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals. The urgency is real, and the Avs need their biggest stars to respond. Nathan McKinnon, Martin Necas, and Brock Nelson have to lead the way as the series heads to Vegas. What's gone wrong for Colorado, and can they flip the momentum before it's too late? Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, Denver's playoff headquarters.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here. And if you're over 50, there's a good chance you're dealing with an enlarged prostate. Waking up at night, weak stream, all of it. Here's the good news. PAE, prostate artery embolization, is minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatment with near zero impact on sexual function. Lakewood location, personalized care. Visit coloradoae.com.
Here's the tale of Tina, searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Hot foot it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audion Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98 with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
If your fence is falling apart, don't wait until it fails completely. Loose posts, broken panels, no privacy? It only gets worse. Fence Guys has been serving the Denver Metro for over 20 years and was voted Best of Mile High 3 years in a row. They handle new fences and repairs, wood, vinyl, iron, and more. Get it fixed right away. Visit DenverFenceGuys.com for your free estimate. Fence Guys. They don't just build fences, they stand behind them.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Denver at 720-637-9567. 720-637-9567. That's 720-637-9567. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdenver.com.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly near and far without any glasses thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Kyle Reese and Marcello Romano.
this where the Avalanche find themselves down 0-2 in the
Just a little
conference
unwell.
finals. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hey.
Way to go, Kyle.
I don't
Don't know who
sings
Elvis
it.
is, but you got this one.
Man, I'm a jukebox.
You have
I
a
know the
guess
rhythm.
at all?
Yeah.
Another
Yeah,
20.
you added the 20.
That was the show 2020.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's just Matchbox 20.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
I was close.
We led the horse to water.
I drank a little bit. I just wasn't that thirsty. when I
Speaking
got
of horses, Nikola Jokic found himself in the news the other day because he has agreed to play for Team Serbia this summer. And I want to get your thoughts on it. Do you have any issue with it, knowing that he's aging now, but it's also off of whitewater rafts and do beer bongs?
Yeah, listen, he's not job hunting. I don't think we should be alarmed or even upset by him doing this. He has an extreme amount of national pride. I think he's demonstrated that over the last 10 years or so. So it's not that big of a deal. Now, he's 31 years old, so he's obviously on the back end of this thing.
Yeah.
So you'd like him to preserve his body as much as he possibly could, but does he strike you as, like, injury prone? I know he had a few, what did he miss, 14 games this year? Somewhere in there?
Yeah.
But he doesn't strike.
First, like, real injury scare that he's had.
It doesn't bother me. He loves doing that. And you want your athletes happy. It doesn't bother me at all. He's got so much competitive equity built up with me. This type of thing doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me either, for a couple reasons. One is he's not doing all those things that I mentioned earlier. And two, listen, when your season ends the way that the Nuggets season did, geez, I almost just had a Freudian slip and said the Avalanche season is over.
You ain't wrong.
When the Nuggets season ended the way it did, I think for some of these guys, like, they can't wait to get back out on a court and actually play some quality basketball, which Serbia is one of those teams in the world now that is amongst, the top 5 perennially. And that's one of the things. But two, it's also, yes, he has a lot of pride in his country and where he comes from. So that's one of those things that I'm never going to fault a guy for wanting to put on the jersey of your country. Like, if I ever had the opportunity to play for the U.S. or was ever asked for that opportunity, behind it. Like, I'm not just going to take this time off because I have the time off. And maybe he gets into a little bit better shape earlier and we don't have to have kind of a ramp-up period into the season. So I have zero issue with it.
Yeah, there's one thing that I know about basketball players. They are going to be playing basketball somewhere. I know he doesn't strike you as a gym rat or like Hooper's hoop kind of guy, but he just likes playing basketball. So he's going to do that somewhere. And then secondly, for Serbia, you talk about how competitive they've been. Well, why have they been competitive? Because Nikola Jokic is on the team.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge part of that. I think they're probably really average if he's not on the team. And let's be honest, they're going to drink beer in the locker room. They're going to hang out. I mean, he's really hanging with the fellas, which is what he's going to be doing in Serbia anyway.
Yeah.
So this is much ado about nothing.
We go from there and just give me your breakdown so far of the Western Conference Finals. We've already talked about the Cavs and that had only happened one time in a situation like that in the history of modern day basketball, 594 times, and you see your team lose. So we know what's going to happen with the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks will represent the East in the NBA Finals.
Now, that's pretty amazing in and of itself. Like, I didn't think that was a just change the coach out situation, but maybe it is because Mike Brown is getting a lot out of guys that Tibbs flat out didn't. So they're playing at a really high level, especially on the offensive side of the floor. So that might be fun to watch. One, I think the NBA loves it. New York in the finals.
Yeah.
This is Christmas. So I think that's good for the game. And then secondly, I mean, like, you've got a proven superstar in SGA and then a rising superstar. Honestly, Wemby's there. I probably am going to outkick my coverage, but I think Wemby's probably going to win 2 or 3 championships before it's all said and done. He's probably going to be the MVP a couple of times, and we'll be talking about him as one of the all-time greatest players. So it's fun to watch that. It's also discouraging to watch that because you see the championship that the Nuggets won in the rearview mirror, and you say, yeah, that's probably it.
Ouch.
No.
Yeah.
Remember the good times. Don't do this. Don't do this.
No.
Don't do this. Remember the good times. Alexander.
I know, and that's the
the
frustrating part, Kyle, is that, one, yeah, you can say we never thought we'd see a championship here in Denver growing up as Nuggets fans. We got that. We're forever grateful for Nikola Jokic, Michael Malone, Jamal Murray, the whole cast and crew. But to say that they didn't underperform when they had the best player in the world for a 5 to 7 year period, and that you only got to 1 NBA Finals, like that's a problem for me, because then it goes into what does it mean for Nikola Jokic and his legacy going forward? And you and I kind of differ on this, but I believe you have to have championships to be in that conversation of being one of the best of all time.
But here's the problem. We do this with quarterbacks in the NFL as well. We say that they have to win a championship, or that's how we define their greatness. The problem is Nikola Jokic was going through all of that. The Nuggets were going through all of that, while other great players were being great. Let's not act like Giannis Antetokounmpo wasn't being great at the time that the Nuggets were basically fumbling in the playoffs. Let's not act like Steph Curry wasn't, and the Warriors weren't the last team to win back-to-back championships.
These sound like excuses, though.
I'm just telling you that this is how elusive championships are.
I'm not saying it's easy, but, like, excuse me, like, look at Aaron Rodgers and his tenure as the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. You get one early, and he looked like, I mean, physically, he might be the most physically talented quarterback we've ever seen.
I think 15 in Kansas City might have something to say about that, but I'll ride with you for a second.
That's fine. I'm just saying he's in that conversation,
okay,
right?
That's fine.
I mean, you could put
Newton was pretty.
You could put Elway in that conversation, okay, which you don't even have him in your top 5, but that's fine. I'm just saying, you miss out on championship opportunities when you have that type of player, and when it's all said and done, you'll be like, man, they should have had another one. They should have, and that's why I think that Game 7 loss that you blew to Minnesota, you could have gone back to back, in my opinion.
You could have, but you would still have to go through who?
I don't. Who did they play? Dallas in the conference finals?
Yeah, that year, and then
and
Boston
that was Boston. Yeah, so I mean, like, you're
winning
assuming
those series.
You might beat Dallas, but I think Boston is a coin flip. You know, especially since we thought Boston should have been in the championship the previous year. So I just think these are foregone conclusions that we make. And honestly, like, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, and it doesn't feel good to arrive at this place. But I think 10 years from now we'll look back and say, one, Nikola Jokic was one of the greatest players to play. He's the best player in franchise history, and the one championship. Wow.
You're saying the window is shut then?
Man, they're not even at the window. They're like on the sidewalk looking in.
So it's over. Championship aspirations are gone.
I hate to speak in absolutes this way, but tell me what the path is like. Tell me what that looks like.
Well, if you keep this coach, if you keep this coach, I agree with you.
There's a lot of good young teams in the NBA. Look at the guys that got bounced right now. So Oklahoma City, San Antonio, we know. Detroit, I think, is probably going to get better. They had a taste. I think Detroit won 60 games this year. They're going to get a taste of that. I don't know where the hell the Knicks are coming from, but they went to the conference finals last. Not what the Nuggets are. And then also from a front office positioning standpoint, in terms
you mean they're not young? You mean because they're
two best players
north side of 30?
Yeah.
When did
Jordan the three best players?
When did Jordan win all of his championships? So professional, it's the NBA is professional basketball. You're going to have talent no matter what era you're playing. Of that. So, like, if you want to put in the conversations of LeBron even got over Curry.
that was Kyrie that did that. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. As far as I don't love that you're saying that it's shut.
You want me to sit up here and lie?
He's 30. He's 31.
I could tell you what I want to be true. I could do that. Here, hold on. Let me do that.
No.
Rewind. No, let me do that. Hey, man, the Nuggets can contend for a championship for the next 3 years. I want that to be the truth.
But you don't believe it.
And it's less because of the Nuggets than it is because of what everyone else is doing.
All right, so now get back to the conversation about the Western Conference Finals now. The two teams that you keep bringing up in Oklahoma City and San Antonio.
How can I not?
I'm not saying you shouldn't. Like I totally agree with you. That's a problem.
Look at these two teams. Harper, rookie. You can't tell him that he's a rookie. He's playing out of his doggone mind for San Antonio. And then Oklahoma City, this kid Mitchell, who they got the 29th or 31st pick.
Where this goes, guys are hurt now, though, too.
Even still, these are young guys that these teams have, I don't even say developed, because, again, they're having a huge impact their first year in the league. Who's that guy for the Nuggets?
Deron Holmes.
I want it to be Deron Holmes.
So that's the thing, right? You look at the Spurs, they hit on their top 5 draft picks 3 years in a row, and that's why they're in this spot. It was Wembanyama, Castle, Dylan Harper, 3 years in a row, top 5 pick. It takes some rebuilding to do, and Nuggets are not in that position.
And they have it.
He's wrong. When he was asked at his postseason press conference if they're still in a championship window, he said,
impossible. I just don't think it's likely.
That's frustrating.
I'm sorry to be
I'm not saying that you're wrong either. I think it's hard to hear.
I get it.
It's hard to hear when you knew, like, listen, man, 3 years ago you brought home a trophy that we never thought we were going to see here, and you were young. It seemed like you had everything going. You had Michael Malone on the stage going, "Dynasty, dynasty, dynasty," and we're not even going to get into another finals in the way that you're speaking. It's just, that's ultimately, you cannot go through an era when you have that guy and the crew that was around him and what your front office did for you last summer and be bounced in the first round. It just can't happen, and you can't go through a series where you get completely punked and have no response. Wolves, that's why Anthony Edwards was smiling after game 1. They were losing. He's at the scorer's table just like, that ain't nothing, dude.
So game 1, Nuggets, Wolves. What did we do? That was the Nuggets' worst game that they'll play. That was the Wolves' best shot. There's no way that the Nuggets will shoot less than 30% from the three-point line again. The Nuggets got this. Okay, game 4, Colorado Avs. Okay, game 3, they didn't just show up. This is the real team. We're good now. I'm not going for the banana in the tailpipe again. I'm good.
I'm not falling for that banana in the tailpipe.
I'm not doing it.
Come on, Mom.
I'm not doing it.
It's got to be like, hey, I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
I'm just saying, why can't he say Serge? It's not difficult.
It's
Serge. I'm not there yet. And as a fan, I have to wake up and say, you know what? We're probably going to watch exciting basketball moving forward. They're going to be competitive. They're probably going to win some games that they shouldn't, kind of like when all 5 starters were out this year against the 76ers and they found a way to win that game. We're going to have exciting basketball. It's just not going to be championship basketball because somebody else said it's my turn.
Can anything change that?
You're not positioned to change that. That's the whole thing I'm getting at. Yeah, they're really
that's
good.
I'm leading to the point of why would you retain a coach that doesn't seem like you can get anything more out of this team? Because if you're not positioned to make those type of moves, and there'll be moves made, but I don't think there's going to be, unless you get somebody that's very interested in one of the movable pieces, which there aren't many, right? I mean, like Jamal Murray might be the most attractive piece, and you might get your wish that I threw your business out in the streets for a couple weeks back. But he's coming off an all-star year, one of the best years of his career. Yeah, he didn't have the success in the postseason, which is kind of flipped over on what normally we see, but he was an all-star. You have a piece there that might, provide some intrigue from teams around the league. Aaron Gordon is one of those other guys that you would put in that conversation, but I don't know how many teams are – I think a lot of people would be fearful of the health history of late. And bring in a guy like that, unless you think you can minimize the amount of minutes that you need him to participate, and he won't be as big of a cog in that in the role wherever he lands up. I don't want to see them go. I think the most logical explanation in my mind is go get somebody who can coach and get a guy who knows what he's doing and is outside the organization, and you could probably make one more run at it.
Who would you get that's available? Not even available. I mean, let's just live on another planet for a hot second, and you could have whoever you want, both of you guys, that could get more out of this team. And more meaning, by your definition, take this team to the finals and contend for a championship. What coach is out there that's going to take this team to a championship?
If I'm on another planet?
This team.
Phil Jackson.
Oh okay.
You said if I'm on another, it was not reality.
I put better guardrails up. All right, Alex, what you think?
Pat Riley.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
I don't know if there's one out there. There's not one available that's not currently coaching a team that I think would make a huge difference to take them to a championship.
Spoelstra would be another one that I'd be.
Spo might get a little bit more out of this team, but he's going to take them to a championship. So that's my point is if you're not going to get somebody that you believe can take this team to a championship, what's the difference?
You don't think there's a guy out there that could do that?
No. You don't either. You just told me Phil Jackson and damn Pat
Riley. I told you Spoelstra, a guy like that. Like, I'm just not okay with running it back with the status quo. I don't know how you get better.
Changes approach.
Wait,
but,
what?
I mean, if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Right. Exactly.
That's my coach. Remember you told me to come up with Coach Speak a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, it was a dud.
Okay, going to this conference final, what have you been most impressed with Oklahoma City and San Antonio?
Just their pull and being pretty much indefensible.
Can they win that series?
Who, San Antonio?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can.
Still.
They can. I think that's a 6 or 7 game series.
Wembanyama's got to be otherworldly, though, I think, right, for them to win the series.
Then you know what the one piece of his game that I noticed the other night was watching him is he doesn't have a back-to-the-basket game yet.
He's not strong enough.
Like that's just one thing that it's going to come. I know it's going to come because he wants to be an MVP. He said multiple times. He said he wants to win that award a lot of times. He thought he was the MVP this year. But that's one part, and he can shoot. The dude's got handles. He can shoot. He's got all the pieces. But the one thing that I think would take his game, he'd be completely unstoppable if he went to Magic Johnson and was like, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and said, hey, he doesn't utilize it.
Sometimes you start to see some of the my body is a little. Once he gets like dude's built like this mic stand. You know what I mean? Like once he gets a little bit stronger, get some deadlifts and some squats in, he's going to be a problem because you're right. That is the only part of his game that's missing. So, if you're talking about a 22-year-old who's really, really good, who should have been the MVP this year, with a lot of runway in front of him. In a really well-run franchise, that's a problem for the NBA. I'll tell you what, the Knicks better get it this year. If they're going to get it, they better get it this year because this is it.
I don't think the Spurs can win this series. No, I think it's done. Unless because Dylan Harper, I don't know how long that dude's going to be out. I think it's a hamstring type of issue, so we know what that's like
Aaron
here.
Fox is banged up, and I'll tell you what the real problem in the series is Alex Caruso. Caruso is not only being a pest on defense like he always is, because that's the part of the game that travels, but he's also getting buckets. And when that guy got it going, and then he's clapping in your face, and he's fouling hard, and basically looking at your bench and saying, what you going to do about it?
Pushing the TV cameras away during timeouts.
Well, Reggie said it the other night on the broadcast. How do you shoot 29% in the regular season and then seem like you can't miss when you're in the postseason? This is from 3 I'm talking about.
Because Caruso is that dude. That's why. This is the same guy that tried to block a shot with a tennis shoe.
Their depth is just crazy to me. And I think Chet Holmgren is taking on the challenge of all the press that Wemby's getting and wanting to prove that, hey, I can compete with this guy. They're a dirty team. It's not fun to watch for me. Did you see when they were stepping on his feet?
Yeah, Holmgren.
At the foul line, like they wait for the ball to go up and then he step on his foot on purpose, and the way that Hartenstein's playing him. It's just they're playing that game, man. Like, was it you that said last week, don't hate the player, hate the game?
Don't hate the player, hate the game, man. And 3 consecutive hard fouls on Stephon Castle. I think one of those warranted a flagrant foul.
Yep.
So
Mitchell didn't come back after that either, I don't think.
Right. The one where Vassell kind of stuck up for him, shoved him
Yeah.
right after.
Yeah, and listen, if Vassell wasn't so pivotal, to that team's success, he probably could have taken that a little bit further. And in that moment, they probably needed a little bit. They needed that because they are who they are, man. They are deep. And they're like the Wolves. Like, who's this guy? And then that kid, Isaiah Joe. Like he hasn't been, lighting it up, but he can.
All of them can.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a tough out.
Is the winner of that series the NBA champion?
I would say so. Who won the cup this year? Was it the
NBA Cup?
Yeah,
the Emirates Cup.
The Spurs. They
Spurs.
beat the Thunder.
So that was. I think we talked about it at the time. Like, you just watched the championship.
So this is the NBA Finals, basically.
I would say so.
I'd say so too.
Yeah.
As much as I'd be rooting for. Listen, I don't ever root for the Spurs, but I have been. That's how much I dislike stop, and they're only going to keep adding to it, which is scary because you win this one, you're already on that dynasty talk that Michael Malone was, talking about with the Nuggets.
Dynasty.
But they're not blowing smoke.
No, and they got more that's coming. Like they have draft capital still that they can improve the team with. That's scary.
They have their picks. They have your picks. They can do whatever the hell they want is the problem. But just really, really well positioned. And listen, you can say what you want about SGA. I can't stand his game. I think he's James Harden 2.0. But Steve Kerr came out and said it. I don't dislike the player. I dislike the range of it. Like, he knows how to work the refs.
Man, when you watch Jalen Brunson do the same thing with a forearm and get called, then shoot. That's not the way the game's supposed to be officiated.
Are you mad at SGA, or are you mad at the person who didn't call it? If you called it, they would stop doing it.
I don't know. He seems shocked when he doesn't get calls for it.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, like, it's just we're not being crazy when saying he's officiated differently than most players in the league.
I would agree with that.
Like, if Jordan played nowadays, would he be doing that?
If Jordan could travel and get away with it,
well, then they still dribble.
Yeah.
Would he be doing it? I don't know that I can say yes. I think he probably would be doing whatever the game allowed.
This is not your dad's NBA.
I think he'd be doing the forearm. He wouldn't be falling down every shot, though, like SGA.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but that's the NBA we watch. You can choose not to watch it. I think you said you were turned off by basketball a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but now I'm like watching just to see if somebody can beat them because I'll be elated if that happens.
You're doing the Floyd Mayweather. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. We got to get to a quick break. When we get back, we'll dive back into Avs VGK Game 3 coming up next.
It's the ultimate showdown for a great cause. Setting up the ultimate gold medal showdown. On June 11th, Brandon Stokely goes in 100. Who will raise the most? That's where you come in. Pick your player, make your donation, and help kids win. To support Brandon Stokely, head to StokelyCares.com. To support Zach By, head to ZachCares.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important, trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Every hunt tells a story. Let Ty's Taxidermy in Loveland bring yours back to life. Big game, birds, fish skin mounts, and reproduction. Expert detail since 2001. Call 970-669-1119 or visit Ty'sTaxidermy.com.
They'll tell you marketing is complicated, that you need a dozen platforms, 100 dashboards, and a prayer. Forget that. Your customers are right here, listening to this station. Heck, you are right now. Tonight they're streaming Denver's biggest games. Tomorrow they're locked into the most talked about podcasts on the planet. We put you in all of it. Radio, streaming, TV, audio, one team, clear data, real results. We've been growing businesses like yours for years. Visit DenverSports.com and click the Advertise with Us button. That's DenverSports.com. Let's get to work.
Usually when something sounds way too good to be true, it is. Imagine someone says they can cut your mobile bill in half. Sounds like a fantasy, but with Xfinity Mobile, it's the real deal, because when you have Xfinity Internet, you can cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. That's a lot of streaming, sharing, scrolling, and whatever else you can do with your phone. All for half price and none of the commitment. That means you'll save big over Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. It's wild. Now all you have to do is think about how you'll spend all that extra money. Call 1-800-XFINITY, go to XfinityMobile.com, or visit a local Xfinity store to switch today. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Savings compared to one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees extra, $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tune in Tuesday afternoons for Injury Insights with Zach Bai and Dr. Joseph Ramos to hear the latest injury news on your local teams and around the world of sports. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Kyle Reese and Marcello Romano.
Want a shot?
It's Scar Tissue by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh. Now you're
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, now listen.
1-1.
Under the Bridge is in my top 6 songs of all time. Might be top 5. I love Under the Bridge. It's one of the greatest songs ever written to me. Second or third greatest song.
Oh, man. I know 3 of your top 5, and it's not good.
Are you telling me Under the Bridge is a bad song?
It's not a top 5 of all time.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right. You know what? I try to do
So
this
we
with
have
you
Under
every
the
weekend.
Bridge. We have Careless Whisper. And we have that one song by Stevie that nobody knows.
A.S. Ass. That's not my top 5, though.
I said 3 of your top 5.
Maybe. But A Change is Gonna Come. That's Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
And
I know that one.
A Song for You for Donny Hathaway. You don't know that one. Guaranteed you don't know that one.
I'd have to hear it.
Yeah.
I'd have to hear it.
I mean, that's a solid.
I wouldn't doubt me if I were you, Kyle.
Solid 5.
But, well.
Solid.
Solid in your own opinion.
It's my list.
Yeah. Back in, it is the Fan Weekends. Kyle Reese, Marcello Romano, Alex Becker, yourself on the RamosLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043. And on the YouTube chat, presented by Champ Honda. This is a point that I've been making. This comes from 30 SMS Super Strat.
Yeah.
It's been injuries for every team. Knicks, Aaron Gordon, Watson, and now McCarr. I said that this week on Freshly Graded, Kyle, is that we've been snake bitten as a city in kind of eliminating championship hope.
Yeah, we got a lot of the coulda, shoulda, wouldas going on. I think Bo Nix, of the 3 that you laid out, was
most
probably,
devastating.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he had no chance to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew we had, an hour and a half to enjoy the divisional round win against Buffalo before the news broke that he had fractured his ankle and he wasn't going to participate in not only the AFC Championship game, but if they were to have gotten to a Super Bowl, wouldn't have been able to do that either. Aaron Gordon, listen, the Nuggets season was injury-riddled. I think part of that is the reason that David Adelman's being retained as the coach, is they look at that and say, oh, well, he kind of weathered a storm with what he was dealt with as far as injuries go. But going into the postseason, we knew we were going to get Aaron Gordon, but we didn't know what extent we were going to get him back. Obviously, it wasn't good enough, and he was still banged up. Payton Watson didn't even play, and now Makar has missed the first 2 games of the conference finals. We're probably about an hour and a half away of finding out the legitimate shot of him being able to play today. But being down 0-2 doesn't mean the series is over. But what it does mean is that your best players have to start to perform, and that starts with who, in your opinion?
I think that's Nathan McKinnon. I think in years past he's been the one to say enough is enough, or to call teammates out. So remember when he said Casey Milstead, where did this guy come from? Like, this guy's actually playing well. What the hell's going on? I think
Did you notice that in Game 2 when him and Nate just kind of ran into each other and then Bednar switched up the lines after that? Like McKinnon and Nate they were like center ice.
Center ice.
They kind of pirouetted and hit each other and fell and weren't able to get the puck. And then from that point on, I want to say that's when he kind of started jostling up the lines a little bit.
Well, that would be reason to. It's kind of, you're watching it and you're like, what the hell's going on now? Like, I've had enough watching this. This is not working. So, but that's another thing, that Jared Bednar is going to get a lot of criticism for lack of adjustments. And that happens to every coach, by the way. It's not the lack of adjustments. It's just that the adjustments you made didn't work. You look at the guys that were on the ice at the end of the game. Like, is that it? I'm just – he tried. It just didn't work. Michael Malone tried. His adjustments didn't work. So, but ultimately you're going to be judged by that. And so I think there's just as much pressure on Jared Bednar as there is on Nathan McKinnon. We talked about guys that we're disappointed in or who could be a major factor in winning Game 3, which is a must-win for the Colorado Avalanche. I think Jared Bednar is absolutely a part of that conversation.
Who's been the best player in the series so far for the Avalanche? Bex? You shouldn't like that. Shouldn't like if we're talking about the conference finals, whether you're down 0-2 or not, we should be able to rattle someone off like, oh, he's been
played well.
Yes.
Listen, I think Wedgwood played well in Game 2. I don't know if I could say that about Game 1, but again, it's the same excuse that we made for Alexander Georgiev, but I think it's actually true in this case that the defense in front of him actually matters. You see what's going on with Vegas and Hart on the opposite end of the ice, is that they're committed to it and it's working. So for the Avs, what they're doing in front of Wedgwood, it just isn't effective. So I think if you had to pick the best of the worst, because I don't think anybody's playing particularly well, I think it would be Wedgwood.
Bex, who do you got?
There's no one really that jumps off the page. I would say maybe a defenseman like a Devon Toews, or Nick Waugh's been pretty good playing against his old team. But there's no standouts at all.
I think for me it's a guy like Jack Drury. When you're saying that he's one of your better players through 2 games of a series, you have a problem when you have the names of McKinnon, Landeskog. We have not seen Makar, and if he does come back today, what level of play can we expect?
Yeah, I think part of the problem I have with the question is, what measuring stick am I using? Because obviously offense is not going to be something that we can lean on. Like, yeah, they're playing really well there. So who's matching the physicality? I think Drury would probably be close to the top of the list. I don't look at these games and say the Avs are turning it down, but they're just not winning the physical matchups. They're not turning it down. They're not punking out.
I'm not saying that either. And I think it's just when we say every detail matters when you get to this point of the season, Vegas is doing more of the little things. And they're put the efforts there, even if it's just a fraction more, that's all it really takes at this point of the season, is for them to outwork you just that little bit of an amount. And you're going to see a difference in a series, because it's not like they're getting blown out. They had a chance to come back. They were in a very similar situation in Game 1 that they found themselves in Game 5 against the Wild. And they had an opportunity to try and knot that up and hopefully push it into OT. It didn't work out. But the effort, little detail things that I'm talking about is that puck that is rolling down on an open net, and you let Dowd outwork you to get it and put the empty netter in.
Yeah, I think the difference now is that the Avs at the end are the team that's gassed, the team that is losing the puck battles. I don't know if you noticed this, like in the third period the other night, the Golden Knights were first to the puck every single time. They were just out hustling.
That's what I mean, yeah.
They were just out hustling. And I don't think that was the case for the first two periods. I think the momentum, the crowd, the energy, the urgency, I think all of that was there. Just the goal scoring wasn't. And you get to the third period, and the Knights get a shot, momentum, and now they're first to the puck. They're beating you in the physical matchups, and before you know it, you're down 2-1 with zero momentum, and you don't know where the scoring is coming from.
So if Chris Finch outcoached David Adelman in the first-round series, is John Tortorella outcoaching Jared Bednar here?
I don't know if I'd go that far. I think it was very clear that Chris Finch was a superior coach in that series. I think this series, it kind of is hinged on a couple of kind of fluky plays. The very first goal that they gave up in the series, Brock Nelson's skating along the boards and just falls, gives up the puck. That's the one goal that I think Wedgie would want back because it came from nowhere. It beat him in the 5-hole. His reaction after the goal was him like disappointed in himself that he allowed that one to go in. But that's all it took for them to kind of gain that momentum. And the Avs haven't been able to figure out Hart on the other end. Like they just can't do it for whatever reason. Kadri took a shot the other night where he was wide open. Vegas thought they were going to get an icing call. You remember this play? And they kind of both slow up, and I think it was Nicholas Waugh that came down at the end and deflected the puck and then put it right back to Kadri. And he shot it like right into their logo. Like there was – I get that it's hard to be like ready real quick, but there was no placement on the shot.
He made it an easy play for Hart.
Yes, he was just like, I'm just got to shoot it. And it wasn't like he was trying to find an opening. But that's type of stuff that you do pre-game, right? Like, hey, he has a tendency to leave this spot open or that spot open. We saw it in Game 1 against the Wild with Volstead. Like, they scored a lot of those goals from the very same spot. They knew there was a weakness there, and they can't find a weakness right now with Hart. And you can make as much as you want about having John Tortorella being, making moves as a coach, but a lot of their good play has come since that guy got back from injury.
But those are the plays. Those are the plays that the Knights are making.
Yes.
When you get that opportunity in front of the net, it's a relatively clean look. Yeah, I know it's in the spur of the moment, but, you don't shoot it right into the crest on his chest. So that was a missed opportunity. I'm glad you brought that up because that was huge. So, yeah, I just think that there's a chess match here. And Bednar, I think it's a valid question. Is there a chess match from a coaching standpoint? That Bednar is in a must-win situation as well. So, similar situation, except the Avs won those two games in a row in 2021. Then Vegas came back and routed 4 in a row off. So, it can happen, but just the home ice is flipped.
They need to repay that loss, and that all starts tonight. Coming up next, Alice, you have questions?
Got some questions.
We got some answers.
The Avalanche are in trouble. Colorado drops both games at home and now trails Vegas 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals. The urgency is real, and the Avs need their biggest stars to respond. Nathan McKinnon, Martin Necas, and Brock Nelson have to lead the way as the series heads to Vegas. What's gone wrong for Colorado, and can they flip the momentum before it's too late? DenverSports 104.3 The Fan, Denver's playoff headquarters.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Spine One. Let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain. Well, my guys at Spine One, they're an emergency room for back pain with same-day appointments. They'll see you and they'll get the journey started. And that's exactly what I did. Whether it's chronic pain, acute pain, work-related, sports-related, doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up the phone and start your journey just like I did toward pain-free. 303-367-2225. That's 303-367-BACK. Or as always, you can find them online at spineone.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
I need a little range, step to the range.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club, available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
What's going on, guys? Philip Lindsay here, and I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question. And if you're ready for all that, you know you need a diamond. So let me save you time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it's going to begin. Imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, in the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers. Located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Philip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Denver at 720-637-9567, 720-637-9567. That's 720-637-9567. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdenver.com.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR, advancedhair.com.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents Kyle Reese and Marcello Romano.
You want me to give you a shot on this one?
No, I'm good.
That voice doesn't sound familiar to at all?
No.
Well, it's Ozzy Osbourne, but I think this is Black Sabbath, right? Yeah.
Correct.
There you go.
Yeah, no.
46 on a Sunday morning. That's where we go out to Alex Becker, our esteemed producer, and he's got questions. Fire away, Alex.
Okay. In the leadoff spot here on the Sunday morning, Ben DiNucci joined Kay Adams' podcast this week. He gave some insight on how different the Broncos' offense will look this season with Davis Webb calling plays. Here's what DiNucci said.
I look at kind of the influences in Davis Webb's college career and his NFL career and can't help but Cal. I mean, he's with Mahomes, Kingsbury, with Dable in the NFL, a bunch of these guys. And so I'm excited to see what Davis is gonna bring to this offense.
So how excited would you be to see an up-tempo offense, and how ready do you think Bo Nix is for this type of offense, as well as the rest of the players on offense?
Well, he led the league in pass attempts last year, right? So I don't think he's shy from throwing the football. Garrett Bowles was on her podcast earlier in the week and said something similar, that Davis Webb is this new age football coach and he's going to let it rip. I don't know. Like, listen, we can prognosticate and think about what's going to happen and how it's going to look, and we can believe everything that we want it to look like. Greatest show on turf. but is that going to be the best thing for the Broncos? And do they have the personnel to execute everything he's going to try and do?
I'm excited about the trend of college football impacting what happens in professional football more. There's a lot to that to unpack, but let me just kind of sum it up this way. One, that would help Davis Webb, because what happens when you run on the ball offense is that defenses have to play you straight up. You're going to get a lot of vanilla defense. You're not going to get a lot of other screens and now screens and key screens and whatever else you call that, because that's a staple in the up-tempo offense. And then the third thing, that this is a must when you run up-tempo. You have to get first downs. Because if you're grinding through, 90 seconds worth of clock and you're going 3 and out, you're doing nothing.
Strain on the defense,
you're
right?
You're throwing your defense to the wolves. And we have watched over the years that this defense wears down. So you have to be mindful of that as well. So it can be a great thing.
You think there's going to be more of these bubble screens?
It has to be. That's part of the up-tempo offense. It just is.
Well, why not just run
game.
the ball?
This is spread and shred is what they call this, right? So quick game, so hitches, slants, perimeter screens, that's just part of it. Because when you're running that up-tempo offense, the quarterback is making a yes or no decision. And so, oh, man, is he covered up? Do we have numbers on the edge? No? Yes? If we got numbers on the edge, the ball's going out there. So I know you listen, you're not going to like it, but you're going to learn to like it if they start scoring.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it plays out. Do you like the idea of that being the type of offense that they'll go with?
Bo Nix is familiar with it.
Oh, yeah, Oregon, man.
Yeah, no doubt. So we'll see.
All right, what's next?
All right, ESPN's Bobby Marks said he would offer Payton Watson a 4-year, $90 million contract. That would be $22.5 million per year. Would you pay Watson and enter the apron, or would you run the risk of kind of sticking to old habits?
Go for it, Kyle.
It's not my money. So
4 years, $90 million.
Who would offer him that, did you say?
ESPN's Bobby Marks.
Okay,
He does
okay.
all the contract stuff. He said that's what he would offer.
I would try to keep Payton Watson, and that means you're going to have to back up the Brinks truck a little bit. So, yes, I would, especially given that he's young, he's explosive, he gives you effort on the defensive end. He's shown you that he can be effective offensively. So there's a lot of things to like about it other than the fact that he wasn't available at the end of the season.
Even though they won't, I don't think they'll go into that second apron. What you're watching right now in the conference finals, especially on the Western Conference side of things, you need somebody with length and an ability to defend. And that's what Payton Watson has. So, like that, for that reason alone, for you to compete for a championship and not squander the second half of Jokic's career, I do think you make a move like that, and you pay it. But I don't think they will,
unless you can trade him and get a first-round pick for him.
Trade him to like a team that
there's a sucker born every day.
But
Somebody.
Yeah,
he's a free agent, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that ain't gonna work neither. So
Yeah.
pay the man.
Yeah, pay that man his money.
Yep.
Can't lose him.
Oh, you missed that window, by the way.
If he goes somewhere else, I'm almost positive he's going to thrive wherever he goes. He's a young up-and-coming star. He's, 22 years old, 23?
Well, and he really jumped onto the scene when Jokic went down. Like
Because
we
you're not
didn't
going to pay him to not feature him.
Yeah. No. I'm going back just to the defensive ability of him and the length that he provides to a team with what you're seeing right now, and to compete with the teams like Oklahoma City, San Antonio, Minnesota. You're going to have to.
You might be cooking.
Yeah.
And Masai has gone to work already. Jason Kidd.
He's gone.
Yeah. We'll eat the $40 million or whatever it is.
Would you have taken Jason Kidd over David Adelman?
Do you think he's going to take him to a championship?
I would have much more faith in him than I do in David Adelman.
I answered your question with a question.
Yes.
Not supposed to do that.
I agree, too.
What you got?
I'd have Kid.
Okay.
All right. If you've watched baseball this year, ABS has been a big part of it with all the challenges, the tap into the head. Patrick Saunders of the Denver Post, he wrote an article question, would the Braves pitchers from the 90s who got pretty liberal strike zones, they got maybe a couple balls outside, would it be the same with all the challenges today and ability to question the strike zone?
I'm going to go first because you guys would be better at this than me. But I think there's transcendent talents that can play in any era under any circumstances. I think Greg Maddux is one of them. I think Randy Johnson is one of them. Kurt Schilling is probably one of them. There are just some guys that could pitch in any era. I like the ABS because, one, I think the guys are having fun with it. I don't know what game that was where the ump kind of looked down like you're going to challenge that one too. So I like that part of the game. But as far as talents that would be
good. I mean, he was dotting up corners. The dude only threw like 84, 86. And for I think the final two, I don't know if you guys seen this or I brought it up on the show before. I think his final 2 seasons, he was calling every pitch that he was going to throw with where he would place his glove on the ball back from the catcher. Like it'd be like here and then there. And he was that good. He could dot it up. Tom Glavine was pretty similar too. They would lose some of it. I don't.
Yes, overall so far, and it's been good for the game.
I
like the 2 challenges per game.
I do like it. I didn't think I was going to. I don't mind it as much as I thought I was going to. But does this extend into the postseason too with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be when it really gets ramped up. Right now we're in the middle of a marathon of 162 games. Wait till we're in a postseason game and you get one of those wrong or you get it right. Like it's going to matter that much more. So I think I'll like it even more in the postseason because you leave a lot of the doubt left out. I mean, you're going to be right. If you do it, you got to be right doing it.
Right. One small point. I like it way better than the NBA because it feels like the spirit of it is to get it right. In the NBA, sometimes it feels like it's a performance for the referee, depending on who's making the call, put their nose in the camera and say the play. And Nikola Jokic, I just think it's a little bit too dramatic in the NBA. MLB.
Plus, I don't like the NBA that they go back to like even prior to the play. Like the call the other night where they got Wemby for a foul when the ball clearly went off of Jalen Williams. He didn't challenge it on the out-of-bounds call. He challenged it because someone told him, hey, dude, he fouled him on the play so we can get the ball there and get a free throw for it. Yeah. That would be like going, I'm not challenging this call. I'm doing the one before. Like,
I'm tired of the spinning finger, too. Guys getting up always with the finger, and they're like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
You're killing me.
That's so I do like it, Bex.
Yeah, it's been good for the game. I like the drama too when they're waiting for it. They show.
What's next?
Break.
Oh,
yeah,
we're done. Oh, that was 3 coming up next.
Summer is calling, and we're sending you to the lake in style. Download the Denver Sports app to enter our Day at the Lake contest for your chance to win everything you need for that perfect lake day. You get 2 paddle boards, 2 chairs, a cooler, pop-up tent, and Bluetooth speaker. Oh, and did we mention you also get a $250 gift card to fill up that cooler? Download the Denver Sports app now and enter today. We'll see you at the lake. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, Stoke here for ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Summer is coming in hot. Don't wait. Beat the rush with an early bird cooling system tune-up and inspection for only $49 from Rocks Heating and Air. They'll inspect your system and keep you cool when everyone else is scrambling. Call ROX Rocks Heating and Air today and schedule your tune-up before the end of May. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Your dog wants a fence. And Denver agrees. Fence guys have been voted best of Mile High 3 years in a row. And they've been building fences here for over 20 years. Wood, vinyl, iron, chain link, they do it all. New installs or repairs, done right the first time. Plus, financing options make it easy to get started. Visit DenverFenceGuys.com for your free estimate. Fence Guys, they don't just build fences, they stand behind them.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Kyle Reese and Marcello Romano.
Tell me you know this one, Kyle. Did he mention it earlier when we asked him about a different one?
No, not this one.
Oh.
Why are y'all doing this?
Actually, I don't know that. I'm not sure on this one either. So, high five.
No, no.
High five.
Interstate Love Song by Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, STP.
STP.
Ah, come on, fellas.
I didn't know it for sure either.
Okay. That's what you thought, though.
I thought it was them, or I always get them and Soundgarden kind of mixed up sometimes.
I didn't have a thought at all.
Well, that's all right. High five.
Yeah. And it's not a song I will play.
All right, we are in hour number 3 this morning. Avs find themselves in an 0-2 hole. We're still waiting to find out if Cale Makar will play. We've been watching some of the highlights, I guess they'd be lowlights here in the studio, of Game 2 in the loss the other night on Friday night. And all that I've really noticed more is that Brock Nelson he's been a problem. He hasn't been anything that's been helping. He was on the ice when they scored the second goal, which essentially ended the game. He was pirouetting and tiptoeing around Devon Taves on the wall. Like, you guys are on the same team. Get out of the way. They turn the puck over, and what's his name scores who was the one who scored the second goal for Vegas the other night? Barbashev. I always get that wrong.
I think he had 3 points in that
Barbasol scored.
Yeah, it feels like it. That's
Yeah,
kind of like
Eichel
Bobrovsky from Florida. Listen, we talked about it. Spacing. It plays in all sports. Soccer, it matters. Football, it matters. When they've got the puck, they turn it over, and then, the Knights make them pay for it, and that's what the Avs have been pretty good at.
He prevented
the playoffs.
Taves from being able to clear the puck because he was in the way. His skates were in the way. Then they turn the puck over. Barbashev hits, or Barbasol, whatever his name is, scores that goal. And then, to make matters worse, you have the empty net. He gets a scoring opportunity. He throws it right in, provides the opportunity for the empty net, and to really seal the deal.
And this
in
is
game
a critical
2.
moment.
Yes.
This is not This is not March. This
No.
is game 2. You're down by a game at home. You have to have it. And
You go back to game 1, and the first goal that was scored of the series, it started when he fell down.
It's a preventable mistake.
Yes, if you're Jared Bednar, I don't know what you do with him, but he's in a funk. Something ain't right.
Yeah, but I think you can go again. We've been duped into believing that they are playing better than they actually are. And you can go down the list. And the text line and YouTubers have done a really good job. This is a good one from Rodney Branch, 749. If McCarr is the only player that helps us win, the Avs are in trouble. So you can go down this roster and say, well, he's messing up. They pull that off. Oh, this is it. We're in a very good position right now.
I brought him
Where's
up.
he
He
been?
fired that shot straight into Hart. Like, you didn't even challenge
I'll
him.
give you the credit on that. You did. But we haven't talked about Logan O'Connor. Brent Burns I don't think he's playing poorly, but when's the last time he scored a goal? Brock Nelson. All these have been brought up on the text line and on YouTube as well. But, again, you can go down this roster and say, like, no line is playing that. I think that's another thing we haven't talked about. Carolina they won 8 games in a row, come out smoked, but they bounce back. And they find a way to win game 2.
The Avs looked like they're going to bounce back.
They did for a hot second.
All the way into past the halfway point of the third period. And then you had the 2 lapses where you allow the goals, and then the pressure's on at that point. You allow Vegas to play just like a preventative type defense against you for the remainder of the game. And no matter how talented you are, those windows are going to be closed. But I'm talking about earlier in the game. Where are the windows in the first period and the second period? Like, they're just closing everything down. They're blocking shots. They're throwing their body at the puck. They're doing all the little things that the Avalanche are not or have not up to the favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year. It seemed like it was your year. You were checking all the boxes along another time. I think it was in 1945. So we're closer to a century than not as far as when it happened last, that a team at this point lost the first 2 games on their home ice and then were able to come back and win the series. I'm not trying to say doomsday here, but the hill that you got to climb is not a small one, and you have to have everyone participate for it to even become like somewhat of a reality.
Yeah, and I don't know if Kel McCarr is going to be the silver bullet for it. The thing that concerns me most about the conversation that we're having, and Alex, you can tell me what you think on this too, is that the things that you listed, the problems are things like, these are like a philosophical almost.
Well, then what the hell happened?
That's a great question. I think we're the ones.
Yeah, I mean, is Vegas better than we all thought? Because
I
everyone
think
was saying
they are.
The Wild is the toughest series, or Dallas.
I was one of the ones saying that. But I also, before this series started, I had come around to the fact that they looked good at the end of the Anaheim series. And they were carrying that momentum. But, hey, they only had 1 day less of rest than going to work. What are you going to sacrifice to try and get yourselves back into the series? And hopefully you come back here and everything's kind of knotted up and even. You start the series over again. But you're in a huge – he's pressing now, and he's probably in his head too. And then some of these mistakes are happening when he's on the ice. Like, he just can't win right now. It's not been good for him at all.
Yeah, and I think one thing that Vegas has proven to be is patient. For them to be able to turn it on in the third period the way they did.
Hadn't lost all year when leading going into the third period.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stats that were up on the screen the other night that pointed towards the Avalanche winning. That this just doesn't happen when they score first. But what was it? Let me find it because I took a screenshot of it.
I think that they were okay after the Eichel goal. I think they were completely shell-shocked after Barbashev scored. And it showed the remaining, 7 minutes of that game.
All right, here we go. Regular season, 42-2-6 when scoring first. In the playoffs, 5-0 when they score first. That the numbers have been turned on. There's a complete 180 from the numbers. So now, hopefully, that can play into the Avalanche favor. Like, okay, teams don't come back down 0-2 after losing 2 games on their home ice. Okay, you don't lose games when you score first. maybe you can read into the numbers and find a way to flip that.
You know
on
why
its
they
head.
don't typically lose when that happens? Because they usually put another one on the board. And they increase that distance that the opposing team's going to have to kind of overcome for them to come back and win. And the other night, they couldn't do it.
They left the window open.
They stayed at 1-0 from midway through the first period all the way until Eichel scored.
That was it. That was literally it. That's all you had to offer offense.
And the scoring chances seemed like they were much more advantageous for the Knights when they did get scoring chances. Hell, Mitch Marner had a breakaway. They had some good open looks that Wedgwood was able to kind of push away and keep the Avs in that game or keep the Knights off the board for majority of the game. This is a problem that I think I've had for a while, and you guys can get involved in the conversation. The RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043, or on the YouTube chat presented by Champ Honda. But it's these little lapses, and we've seen it with the Avs all year long where, like, they'll score, and then immediately, like seconds later, the opposing team scores. It's like they just lose focus for a half a second. When you're in the conference finals and hopefully ultimately in a cup final, you don't have room for that error. There's enough mistakes that are just going to happen through the natural progress of a game. But if you allow certain things like you did the other night where Brock Nelson's bumping into Devon Taves, he can't clear the puck, and then a goal is scored that ultimately the game winner. You have the lack of judgment between whether it's Devon Taves and Scott Wedgwood on the Eichel goal. But, dude, these things, these little things have to get corrected, and I'm with you. It's kind of hard to do at this point of the season. I mean, if it can go away so quickly, how can we get it back?
The problem is I don't know that they had it because they've been prone to this. So, again, I think we've been duped into believing that they're playing better than they actually are. And you're right. How do you get rid of Malinsky not making a hustle play and then that puck ending up with Eichel and then going into the net?
Well, it was also Malinsky that looked like he was trying to block Barbashev's shot. But the Vegas, your point earlier, maybe it was off air, Vegas gets in front of that puck.
Yes.
They throw their body, their skate, there's something in front of it. They don't go to the side and hold. Hopefully that
was Taves.
Well, yeah, that was on Eichel's goal, but on Barbashev's too. Look at Malinsky. He looks like he's trying to block it, but he also looks like somebody who has to go to the bathroom. He's trying to hold it in. Like,
yeah. And listen, Vegas doesn't. That's something that you sell out to. It's like taking a charge in basketball. Like you're sold out. You might lose some teeth here. You got to sell out to this play, and Vegas is committed to it. And it's not that they want to get into the puck, but they're saying that's what it takes to win. And they're committed to doing the things that it takes to win. And unfortunately, again, I don't know that you can change philosophically or at least your DNA because that's baked in. I don't know that you can do that, on an hour and 29-minute airplane ride from here to Vegas. So that's what I'm worried about going into the matchup. Now, if there's a team that can, the Avs can do it because we see what momentum can do for the Avs and how they can build it up and capitalize on it. So I am 43% optimistic that the Avs can still win this series, but I do think that they've got to win 3 games in a row in order to do it.
Problem is, too, that you have when you start playing the desperate style of hockey, I mean, you're going to sell out, right? You're going to give opportunities, and Vegas was getting them even when you were playing a much more controlled game. But when you're the desperate team that needs the win tonight, you're going to take that type of sacrifice or effort is going to have to be amped up even that much more. You're talking about a team like, listen, going into Minnesota when they were desperate, when they were down 0-2 after allowing 14 goals in 2 games against the Avalanche is something different because they were on their home ice. They knew something was going to change. You're going into a hostile environment. And Vegas likes to put on a show. We've seen how they start games there, right? Like they're kind of crazy about their nights there.
Fire and ice.
They've been in existence for 9 years. They've had 5 conference finals appearances. Like, that's just stupid. And now they got the right guy at the helm, and they got Hart back, and he's playing, and it seems like the Avalanche can't, solve him. It's a big task that starts tonight.
Yeah, I actually don't mind that, like that balls to the wall approach. Like, let it rip. Would you mind or have minded if they played that way in the third period the other night? Like, no, we're going to get after it. We're going to put pucks on Hart and see how many of them can actually get into the net. Like, I wouldn't mind an aggressive approach, all out, pushing my chips to the middle of the table and letting them fall.
I don't mind it, but am I right that it leaves you open for opportunity on the flip side?
Yeah, but what else you got? Fortune favors the bold.
Vegas, I think I have this stat right. I think they're the number 1 shorthanded scoring team in the series. Look at the one where Brock Nelson falls down. That was full ice. You beat Wedgie through the 5-hole there. And then the other one in game 1, I forget whose shot it was. Maybe it was Malinsky's shot that got blocked. Hutton's coming out of the penalty box, and it's just boom, boom. That was like an unfortunate play. I wasn't all that impressed with Vegas in Game 1. I think the Avs blew an opportunity there. I'm getting now, but now that they're getting momentum, like it's a fear that confidence is growing, that they're not afraid of the Avalanche at all. Even being down 1 the other night, they were like, "Hey, we've had our opportunities. We're going to capitalize on one of these."
All right, so we laid out all the problems. I'm not sure that you can fix all of them. We do need some optimism going into this game. Like, you have to remember Nathan McKinnon still plays on your team. And you've probably got the deeper roster. I don't know if you have the
depth is there.
The depth is there.
Yeah.
But they've got to play tonight. So if you can get those guys, if you can get your stars to play like can build on that momentum, but it's got to start with Nathan McKinnon. It's got to happen with him because if you're counting on Parker Kelly to initiate the offense again, good luck. Good luck. And by the way, he was opportunistic in the moment. What was that, the end of the Wild Series? Mm-hmm. He was opportunistic in that moment, but you can't count on that. What I can count on is Nathan McKinnon playing like one of the world's best players. Optimistic about the Avs being able to do it because they've got that guy. They've got that guy on their team. Josh Kroenke will probably tell you the same thing. You've got that guy. That's why you can win.
Listen, you said it's hard to change right in the middle of things. I don't know what happened after Game 2 of the Wild Series, but they've looked completely different from that point on. You talk about the Game 3 loss, where they kind of just were dominated in Minnesota. Game 4, it was tight late. You ended up winning that game. And then Game 5, you were down 3-0 in that one too. Like, how the hell do you go from scoring 14 goals in 2 games to just being able to not even really get quality scoring chances through 2 games of this series? Like, what is Vegas doing that's keeping the Avs from getting that momentum? I thought after the Colton goal that we were going to see a little bit of a flurry. I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, my prediction going into the game was 4-2, 5-2, something like that. And you've been held to 3 goals in 2 games. With this lineup, even without Cale Makar, you should be scoring at a higher clip than 3 goals in 2 games.
But this is what I'm telling you. These are the cracks in the foundation that we've ignored because the house looked really good from the outside.
2 of that series I thought was their best game when they won 5-2. I thought that was the best game of their postseason, and then you had the rest from Tuesday to Saturday of that series, and they haven't looked the same since.
But that's the thing. You're almost implying that you're okay with giving up the 6. I think Shannon Sharp said it, don't accept things in a win that you wouldn't accept in a loss. Like, it's not okay to give up. Yeah, that's okay. But, yeah, you gave up 6 goals, and that's not okay. I'm just, again, these are things that have been kind of bubbling underneath the surface, and now you really got to deal with them. This is a really good text from the 719. The Avs are out here looking like the Nuggets. I like it. It's because it's kind of true. And we're having the same conversation. Why are we not having a legacy conversation about Nathan McKinnon? Especially when the best player, and I say it in this moment, in Avalanche history is still Joe Sakic. But this can be a defining moment for Nathan McKinnon, and it feels like
you're saying, why aren't we bashing on him like people went after Jokic for his performance in the postseason?
It's the same conversation, and I would argue that the Avs are better positioned, far better positioned than the Nuggets are.
Well, it's a little different conversation do defensively that's going to slow him down. Does he have to play better? I agree with you, yes, but I don't think he's even on top 3-4 of the problems that the Avalanche are having right now.
You're tucking your chain a little bit. You're tucking your chain. And here's why I say this, because the whole Connor McDavid conversation that I've had over the last 2 years, you come in and you say, is he number 1 still? Is he number 1 still? And implying like Nathan McKinnon should be number 1. And I think that can go back and forth over the last 2 or 3 years.
Well, one's won a cup, the other hasn't.
I'm fine with that conversation. But McDavid has, 3 Hart trophies? Is it 3? I think the dude's won the MVP 3 times. In any event, like, we go back and forth on that. But yeah. I think it's fair to hold him to an extremely high standard if you're telling me that he's one of the best player in the world. I don't think we're out of line for that. Hey, man, Nate, you hear that? It's opportunity knocking. Nicola, a legacy conversation that we could be having for Nate Dogg. He'll probably have 2 or 3 more opportunities, over the next 5 or 6 years, but the window is open.
Not better than this one, right?
This is pretty damn good. Don't you think?
Dude, the disappointment that we'll have in this city since the calendar flipped to 2026, thinking we have an opportunity at 3 championship parades at the end of the divisional game. Then the Nuggets, I don't even know with Aaron Gordon or a healthy Payton Watson if they're still playing. The way they looked in that first round, I doubt it. But you would think that you would have a better chance at a championship if you had all those pieces available to you in the postseason. Now you have the Avalanche even without Cale Makar going into this series. I thought that they were deep enough and they had enough talent on the roster to beat the Knights. I mean, listen, you're talking about a team that was a President's Trophy winning team. You've been the best team all year long. It's just you haven't looked like it for the past 2 weeks.
So let's not give them an out. I'm just not going to let them off the hook because they are who I think they are. Or at least we thought they were. Listen.
So then how does your belief level sit at 43 then?
Well, because the numbers say that this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
And you're a fool to bet against the odds, but that's what we do. And we're in Denver, so I don't know at 43% that I'm actually betting against the odds. I'm actually going with it. So, but listen, to have the start that you started with, you feel like you got the one thing that was missing fixed, and that was depth at the center position.
Yeah.
We're rock solid now. You get Kadri at the deadline. Oh, man, you got the band back together too? You got your goalie situation. Oh, you got 2 guys that are capable. What are you missing? What's the excuse? I can't make
Well, no, and then you kind of run into, it seems like every force of sport is kind of working against you. There's been a couple times in the game the other night that the puck just bounces over a stick and gets out of the into the neutral zone. You have to go back and reset. You've had whiffs on a couple shot attempts. Like that type of stuff's going to happen in every hockey game. But when you're down and things haven't been great so far through 2 games, you have to find a way to get more opportunities and not just shoot the puck straight into Hart or into somebody that is going to be throwing themselves in front of it, because Vegas has done that. They brought it up. PK Subban and Mark Messier were talking about it during one of the intermissions the other night. Like, these guys are crazy, but if you're willing to sacrifice that, that's what it takes to win a cup. He goes, normally, if you got in the lane, Subban said, make them pay for it. Like, drill them with the puck if that's the case. If you want to get in that lane, fine. We're going to try and change your mind by making it hurt a little bit. And I don't know that we've had that type of mentality where the physicality's been there. I don't have a problem with that. I think the Avs have been physical enough in this series. I don't think they're getting pushed around, to your point earlier. But there's other ways that we have to try and to circumvent what Vegas is doing to get better opportunities. And you need to separate more than just a goal at this point.
No doubt about it.
Because if you only have a goal lead, I don't have a lot of trust in it happening.
Alex, I left one thing out. You got the center position, the depth figured out there. He's available. Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda. So all these things that have plagued you in the past 2 or 3 years, you feel like you got fixed.
All except for Makar.
But did you?
Yeah,
but you're supposed to be – this team is built depth-wise to be able to withstand that.
I don't like using that as an excuse either.
What's that?
The Makar thing. And I don't think they are, but a lot of people that are talking about it are. And it's at this point of the year, like, Vegas is missing their captain too. Like, he's not as good as Makar. He can't affect a game like Makar can, but it's a big piece for them for sure. We get to a quick break. When we come back, we will wake up and reset.
Avalanche, Golden Knights. It's the Western Conference Final, and Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is all in. 1 hour before puck drop, we're live with full pregame coverage, keys to the game, bold predictions, and the intel you need. When the final horn sounds, we're not going anywhere. Instant post-game reaction. Every hit, every goal, every save. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I need a little range, step to the range.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club, available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. My wife Susan and I started Done Right in our garage in 1985, doing a little of everything. We've grown to be one of the largest companies of our kind in Colorado, specializing in kitchens, baths, counters, floors, finished basements, and windows and doors. Serving Colorado 40 years. And what an adventure it's been. We've learned that the fundamentals of a successful business never change. That is, treat people like you want to be treated, do good work, price fairly, and back up what you say. That's our success formula. Here's our son Todd.
That's right, Dad. Been hearing that my whole life from you and Mom. Folks, whether it's a first-class kitchen renovation, an awesome turnkey bathroom remodel, a full-service basement finish for some extra space, or replacement windows and doors that will wow you, give us a call. With an 8% scheduling incentive and bank financing to ask about, now couldn't be a better time.
Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. Call us to reserve your spot in our schedule. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Rise and shine, Colorado.
Good morning, Vietnam!
The sports world never sleeps, and neither do we.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you're shoveling?
So here's Kyle, Reese, and Marcello Romano with your wake-up call.
Just a wake up, wake up.
Back in, time to wake up and reset. No better way to do that than with a little Snoop Dogg bassline playing in the background, right, Kyle?
Yeah, like Snoop Dogg is like selling Skechers now. We went from gin and juice to selling Skechers, dude.
What would young Snoop say about this Snoop?
What the
He's
hell are
hanging
you
out
doing?
with Martha Stewart selling. Is he really selling Skechers now? He's jumped on the Tony Romo bandwagon.
Yeah, man, like him and Brett Favre got like the copper tone.
It's Howie Long, Tony Romo, Snoop Dogg selling Skechers.
Man,
Nothing says a cool pair of sneakers like Skechers, dude.
Yeah, slip-ons too.
Yeah. Yeah, that way you don't have to bend over and tie your shoes.
I mean, listen, Father Time's undefeated.
You have any Skechers?
Negative, Captain.
Ever had any Skechers?
Not once.
Bex?
Can't say I have.
So what do you have?
Well, they were like knockoff, like Doc Martin type of deals. Like before Skechers long ago it was.
You had them before they were cool.
Yeah. I mean, I only had one pair of them, so yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right, this coming from the text line. Guys, I know that we have to talk about the Avs today, but it is the biggest day in the race world, as the Indy 500 is today, but also I think the Coca-Cola 600. But also sad news in the world of sports this week. Kyle Busch passed on Twitter. I'm like, because you can't really believe anything now. I thought it was like a silly hoax, but it's not. It's tons of them or not at all. But he's one of the most successful race car drivers ever across the 3 series. It's crazy how good he was, but gone at the age of 41. Sad news. I know he'll be honored today, probably at every race that's run.
No doubt about it. That's probably one of the bucket list things. Even though I wasn't there for a race, I've been to that speedway.
Indy?
Yeah, during the Super Bowl 46.
Yeah.
They were having like a media party or something like that. You're just like blown away by how massive it is.
There's golf courses on the inside of it, dude.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
That's real.
Cool experience.
I want to go there and golf.
Yeah. You think that's allowed there?
There's golf courses inside of it, right?
It was dark. I don't remember that part.
I think that's.
There might be, like, you know.
That would be awesome.
Showing my
Cello.
racing ignorance. So, like I said, I just was there partying, dude.
But I think Indy 500. You said just being there, but yeah, that would be a bucket list type of event. The straightaways would be fun.
There you go. You're right.
Am I?
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah, no doubt.
The Brickyard Crossing is the name of the golf course.
Okay.
Unique 18-hole golf course located inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
So there's 2 things to scratch off your bucket list. Not only go to the race, but actually play some golf in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonder how much a round is there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be certainly something fun to go check out. If you're a race fan, today's a big one for you. My son for a while was a huge race fan, so we got into it for a couple years of just watching the Indy 500, and then there was even a show on TV where like kids started racing those little go-karts early, which he was kind of interested in doing. Colorado's not a real state that promotes like, hey, I want to be a race car driver.
Yeah.
It's not like North Carolina or...
That was never presented as an option for me.
No, me neither.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe motocross, but certainly not car
But there's
racing.
like speed, like what was it, Bandamere and all that stuff? Yeah. I mean, like it wasn't like it didn't exist.
There's still the one up north.
Yeah.
Which has like lower level racing on it, but
you ever been?
No, not to that one.
Nope. Hadn't been there.
I've never been to a NASCAR race. Have you?
No. I want to go, but it's a little further down on the
I've
list.
ridden in one.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So for my father-in-law, we went out to. You can do this. There's like experiences where you pay, they teach you how to do it, and you can even drive one if you want to pay more. But we went and we took my father-in-law out. And it was in Arizona at that speedway. We watched him do his thing, and then I got in the car, and you're with like a real. It was a fun experience, man.
Okay, I could dig it. I'm sure it's not what you imagine.
On metal, and you're going, and it's a good time. I was just wanting to, like, man, I want to drive. Then I was thinking about Days of Thunder and Cold Trickle, and you know that type of stuff. So,
are those guys athletes?
Race car drivers? Oh, I don't know about that.
I've heard them referred to as athletes.
I think I'd probably lean towards yes, because what they do, what their body goes throughout a race. I know the car's doing a lot of the work, but as far as staying hydrated and staying focused and trying to keep your car on the track and not wrecking and putting other people's lives in danger, I'll lean towards yes. What do you think?
I'm a no. And like, where do you pee? You know, that kind of stuff. But I'm still
just go, man.
Yeah, I'm looking for something like okay, vertical 40. There's got to be a little bit more. When I put them up against what I believe are the best athletes in the world, like even if you put them up against hockey players, like there's no comparison for me.
You mean they're not going to be asked to play in Jock Jam?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
No.
Bex,
No.
what do you think?
Yeah, I don't want to upset anyone here, but I would lean towards no. Yeah, I think you could be a really good NASCAR driver with little athleticism, as Kyle was saying. Athletic ability.
Like Tony Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not
Sit on the
special.
couch and eat pizza and still go out and win races.
Wow. I've never seen one of them throw out a first pitch, but it's always been kind of crazy to me that a guy that's so good at basketball will grab a baseball and it'll go like 27 feet. John Wall was one of the better point guards when he played, and he could throw a pass on a dime 60 feet with a basketball, and you get him out to a Washington Nationals game to throw out a first pitch, and it's like, what the hell?
That means there's a lane for everything. Like, make no mistake about it. John Wall is a world-class athlete. Everybody in the NBA, by the way, is a world-class athlete. And for him to not be able to do that, that means, like, man, there's a very specific lane for everybody to be in. Stay in it. Do what you do.
All right, we fired people up on the text line. Ryan Blaney was born in Arvada. He must be a race car driver. And then do you have any idea how physically demanding it is to be a race car driver? Is golf a sport then?
I think
Are
you could say the
golfers
same
athletes?
thing. Listen, you could say the same thing. Because, I mean, like, you can golf when you're 70. You're not getting up and down that basketball court when you're 70 years old. Not with these guys.
Oh, no.
So,
well, the 70-year-olds aren't playing on the PGA Tour
listen,
anymore either.
It's a valid debate, and I mean this in no disrespectful way to the physical.
Usually,
demands.
that's when disrespect comes.
When you say that, I don't mean to be no disrespect.
Yes.
Yeah, no, seriously, I'm sure that does require a lot from a mental and physical standpoint. But again, just like what is unique physically about them. When you put them up against, guys that are 250 pounds, running 4.5, and running into people on.
So race car driving, you don't classify as a sport.
What are you trying to do here?
No, I mean, just like the sport, like the series.
I'm not doing this
like,
with you.
Like
no,
when
it's a sport.
if you discuss, well, then
it's a sport. They're keeping score, right? There's a no. I think it's a fair debate, and I have respect for both sides of the argument. I just have a hard time putting up against Michael Johnson and Usain Bolt and whoever else that
I'm kind of 50-50 with it. I could be pushed either way, depending on who I'm talking to.
I think it all depends on how you define athleticism.
How do you define it?
There got to be something special about you. There's got to be like some giftedness.
That in a race car is that though, right? Isn't that a gift to be able to do that?
That's
and
why
do that
you're on
at a
both
level?
sides of the argument.
I would probably lean towards yes, I guess.
And this is like a probably 53-47 argument for me.
Yeah,
I get it.
We're gonna get.
We
some
don't want no
reaction
smoke
to
on the text line. That's what. I think we're just trying to hedge our bet a little bit.
All right, we got to get to a quick break. When we come back, we will wrap it up. We'll do some crosstalk with the judge coming up next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
DenverSports 104.3 The Fan's third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child, ages 8 to 14, will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Philip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South. And every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. So your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at DenverSports.com/camp. That's DenverSports.com/camp.
Stoke here for ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Are you in the market for a new air conditioner? Well, hold on. You need to think about a heat pump. My team at ROX are Colorado's heat pump experts and rebate specialists. Get up to $12,000 in energy rebates and credits. These savings are incredible, but they're only available for a limited time. Only at ROX, Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX, Rocks Heating and Air.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Denver at 720-637-9567. 720-637-9567. That's 720-637-9567. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationdenver.com.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
This evening, you're different. Over the day, you meet people, you make decisions, you face challenges and made a mistake or two. Bit by bit, everything changed you. And you're better for it. This is Garrett Jamron. I'm part of the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC. Take a look at the enormous changes in our children. So many are graduating, not just from high school, but from pre, elementary, and junior high schools. Others from college. Still more from one job to another. Graduations are daily treasures because they change you, make you better. Each takes you into the next stage of your life. Why would Alpine Bank share this with you? Easy. We could talk about checking accounts, or we could talk about you. It wasn't a difficult choice.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're a guy over 50 dealing with an enlarged prostate, you need to know about PAE, prostate artery embolization. It's minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're back home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatments with near zero impact on sexual function. Top-tier radiologists, boutique setting, personalized care in Lakewood. Go to coloradoae.com.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Kyle Reese and Marcello Romano.
Like
then
it's
he
all time.
then he moved to like Georgia and became like a preacher or something.
Yeah, he found a different life.
It wasn't about the honeys at that point.
No doubt. Life catches up with us all.
Final segment of Kyle and Cello this morning. Beck's hanging out with you too. Taking you over the next couple hours will be the judge and Sean Boyd as the Avalanche get set for Game 3. Nothing breaking, right? We still haven't found anything out as far as what's going on. What is it, only 8:45 in Vegas right now? Is that correct? I don't know what time their morning skate would be. But after discussing it for nearly 3 hours now, Kyle, any more comfort in whether or not number 8 will be on the ice for the Avs tonight? I think after you get kind of basically thrown out there by your coach that it's up to you, and now the world knows or at least believes that you're the one holding off, I'd find it hard for him not to get out there in what could be a very pivotal moment in this series.
Yeah, listen, this is it. This is for the series. I mean, this is an absolute must-win. So I'm hoping that he's out there, and I hope there's not a whole lot of tension between he and Bednar, because that wouldn't be good for the franchise or their odds to win this series. But it just doesn't seem like, one, that he can be out there, two, that he can be out there and be effective, because it's not just being out there. Like, we can't lower the bar considering what the Avs are up against. They're up against a team that has a championship medal. They're going back to the game. So, it's not just a question of can he be out there.
Well, that would be a huge help if he was, but there's other areas that you're exactly right. They have to play better at.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, is him just being out there good enough? Would it be a help? Or are you actually being a hindrance by being out there and being 50% of yourself? Is 50% of Cale Makar better than
Fear would be that it wouldn't be long-lived if he does play. That I don't know.
That would really be it.
Yeah, then I don't know if he even gets through the game or –
yeah.
Listen, the only reason you sit out these first two games is with the hope and the thought – that you would be returning, if not in this series, but by a cup final. And now that's really, that's not even a discussion right now.
Yeah.
You literally got to dial it down and have tunnel vision just to this one game tonight.
Can we pretend let's not pretend that we haven't seen this show before. Because remember, what was this, a year ago? Gabe Landeskog comes riding in on the white horse. Got a couple of games in Fort Collins, and now we all feel good about it, and that's going to be the shot in the arm that the Avs need to actually push out of the first round and get over the hump, which is the Dallas Stars. That didn't work either. No, I don't think the answer is one player to win this series. I think it's better team play, commitment on the defensive end, make things easier for Wedgwood, and create, like the Vegas Knights are doing, your offense off your defense. And I know that's a big ask, and I know it's a philosophical change to some degree, but I don't think it's one player.
I'm trying to gauge what you're saying with the tone that you're saying it.
Because it doesn't sound optimistic. I get it.
No, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, we've already had the discussion about the Nuggets, and you think that their championship window's done, that they're not getting another one. And I'm getting the same type of tone when you're talking about the Avs and their probability of even making this a series. Like, this could go one of two ways. Either you win this game and you make a series out of it and you win game 4 as well. It's a huge ask for them to go and do that on the road when the momentum's not in their favor. And it seems like they're trying to get things figured out. When your team's playing well and everyone knows what their role is. There's not a lot of thought that's going into. You put in the preparation during your practices and whatnot that with the Avalanche right now, and that goes even with him shuffling the lines. I was going to ask you earlier in this team to get them to kind of wake up and get themselves back into this series, all that type of stuff where Vegas is just we know who we are.
And we're good at being who we are.
Why? But the Avalanche, which is crazy to say that because this isn't new. This core's been around for a while. This team was the best team in hockey all season long. Why are there identity questions now that you're in a conference final?
You're going to get sick of me saying this, but that's how momentum works. When it's working against you, it feels like there's nothing that you can do right. When it's working for you, it feels like there's nothing that you can do wrong. I've been in games as a play caller and I don't like any of these calls. None of this is going to work. And that's what it feels like for the Avs. You're right. Because typically you would say, okay, I feel good about Blackwood between the pipes. I feel good about Wedgwood. We've got the best player on the planet. We're really deep. Brock Nelson, you go down the list and feel good about it. Right now you're doing the same thing and feel good about nothing.
What's up,
As
Judge?
we welcome Dan Jacobs to the show.
Hello.
How you doing?
There's a thing on the rundown. It says, for the Dan Jacobs show coming up, make sure you don't move next to Kyle Reese. Wow, man.
Oh, you heard that
man,
part,
just,
huh?
you know what I mean? Put your garbage can away and mow your yard.
Would you tell on your neighbor? Yeah, absolutely. What do you mean, will I have?
You didn't even hesitate, huh?
Yeah, no, he's that guy.
Yeah, I didn't even finish getting it out. Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
You want some too, old man?
Hard to get to the place that you're at in life, and you have pride in it. You would hope that you have a communal pride. Here I go. You're getting me on my coach soapbox, so I won't.
Isn't
continue.
America about freedom?
Yeah,
the freedom to work hard, put everything together, buy yourself a house, and to
burn
do
up
what
your damn
you
grass.
and to do what you see fit to do with that house.
It's true. It's true.
You gonna call it the HOA on a man for not watering his lawn?
But okay, isn't the HOA level of accountability when you don't meet the standard?
I guess the next question is, have you ever called or turned someone in? I know you said you would.
I haven't, but I've invited. Like I know the HOA people. I've invited them to my house so they can see what goes on.
He has. He's a snitch. He's a snitch, man.
You're making me feel bad now because there's a
Oh,
couple
is this the
spots that
lawyer calling out the snitch?
of my yard that are they're on the struggle bus right now. I'm trying to get it back.
But it's okay this year.
It's okay
because of the drought.
Yeah.
You can burn up your grass. It's fine.
Yeah, no, don't move next to me.
Yeah, no. Well, he's like,
don't
I
you
don't
guys live near each other?
Nah.
No. Where do you live near Vista Peak?
I live like damn near Watkins.
Yeah, me too. But are you up by
like West Kansas?
I call it the Aurora, Kansas border. I'm
up there.
I'll stay down where I'm at, near the Venezuelan.
So
gangs
you
and all
wouldn't.
It would have to be very egregious.
Same here.
Like, dude, come on, man. Like, I really don't like HOAs. I've had some issues with them. I've had some trials against them. I just don't. The theory is good, right? Oh, they're protecting this and that, but then it depends on who's on your HOA.
Yeah.
I had to kill a cat because of my HOA.
We only got a minute left, so
because
that
Kyle Reese didn't like my cat would sit on the hood of his car and put little paw prints, and so Kyle Reese had to call the HOA, and the cat had to go. It's a whole long story,
Yeah.
but he ended
the
up.
cat doing
The
on
end
the
result is the
car?
cat is dead. Thanks, Kyle.
I'm not touching this
Kyle.
one. I'm not touching this one.
Well, yeah, you only got 30 seconds to do it, so
I'm
I'd
not
probably
gonna
leave
do
it alone
I'm
if you
gonna do it.
can.
We're just gonna have to stay tuned.
Hey, 10 seconds, Dan. Are race car drivers athletes?
They're competitors.
Yes, that's fair. I like it.
That's why I always answer that. Are golfers athletes or bowlers athletes? They're competitors.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's such a thing as an elite competitor.
Correct.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That
Of
might
course
be
it
the
is.
most
I'm the
fair.
judge.
Why you want to start off with the most fair thing you could say all day? It doesn't get much better from here.
That's right, man.
We got to get out of here for today. The judge has you for the next 2 hours. For Kyle Reese, Alex Beckers, Marcello Romano, you've been listening to Fan Weekends.
The Avalanche are in trouble. Colorado drops both games at home and now trails Vegas 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals. The urgency is real, and the Avs need their biggest stars to respond. Nathan McKinnon, Martin Necas, and Brock Nelson have to lead the way as the series heads to Vegas. What's gone wrong for Colorado, and can they flip the momentum before it's too late? Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, Denver's playoff headquarters.
Hey, Stoke here for ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Summer is coming in hot. Don't wait. Beat the rush with an early bird cooling system tune-up and inspection for only $49 from Rocks Heating and Air. They'll inspect your system and keep you cool when everyone else is scrambling. Call ROX Rocks Heating and Air today and schedule your tune-up before the end of May. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program